No, I'm kidding. Cody, I think you're muted.
Ew, Cody. Cody is muted. He's pulling out that phantom tax. He's so skibbity. Oh. Oh yeah, we will. Let's fucking go. Let's go. How's everyone in chat doing tonight? We got 4 beautiful people in chat so far. How we all doing? Let's go, Terrible TJ. I knew you were gonna show up, baby. I knew it. I knew it, baby. TJ's a win. We need to get the little garden on here soon.
Dude, I'm so hyped for that. Yeah, everyone, I just put the link in chat. Go follow TJ on TikTok. He's goated. That guy has been day one with me since I hopped into the community, the greater community.
Yeah, Cody is perma muted right now. He said some things that I just didn't agree with.
What do you mean? I'm fine. I think we're just adjusting my audio so that I don't break your guys' eardrums. Hello?
Check.
Chat, are we live? Chat, are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Chat, can we hear Cody now, chat?
No, but like now the chat should pop up on live. But I'm not live with chat, so I can't see anything.
It is on the screen.
Chat.
Yes, you are all good.
We are all good, Cody. So hi, welcome to Chadmirals. I'm Straw Hat Lucas, helmsman of the Last Ark, and today we are joined by the brother of the Last Ark channel, SSJ8 Cody, and this is our show. It's Chadmirals. We're just going to be talking about anime and the new chapter of One Piece and all kinds of shit. I'm going to speak about Breaking Bad for like 20 minutes tonight. I just want everyone to be prepared for that. Everybody.
You know I think what I want to start off with is I think this is the perfect place to introduce like we haven't announced something for a long time, and Lucas has kept bringing it up that like, oh no, we should have announced this. Why don't we announce this? And I'm gonna
No, not until the man in the shadows known as Din Din Cushy says.
When he cooks more cookies than me, then he's allowed to talk.
Exactly.
That'll never happen.
Beautiful. Never.
Hi, I'm SSJ Cody. This is Lucas. This is Chadmirals. We're here to talk about Breaking Bad and whatever tickles our pickles. And pickle Ricks.
And then we have Green Vex, who is just here to listen to us rant and chime in, I guess.
I think it's more like Vexguard. He's like Bovex. Bovex.
There we go.
He's like the lurking legend. He's constantly like in silhouette, like in the background.
Oh my god!
The lurking legend Vexus Bogard.
It is your boy. It is your boy Vexus, the twerking legend, Rear Admiral, reporting for duty. I worked on that intro so hard.
Yes.
Reporting for booty. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Damn it! Did you just like improv that? Like it took me like a week. Dude.
I'm a rapper. I mean, what? I'm not a rapper. I listen to a lot of anime rap, and I rap on a SoundCloud that's very hidden, so that if I do blow up one day musically, I can say it wasn't for my anime takes.
I'm looking for the link right now.
Everyone in chat, find Cody's SoundCloud. That is the goal.
I'm on it.
Vex is on it already. Why they call him the blind monk? He's just like immediately. It's wild.
Rail through the internet like.
So me and Lucas have always had this like really good back and forth like this, and it's always been our dream to like just want to talk on a podcast and get these theories that we always have going on in a VC out into the public. And I'm enjoying the vibes so far. So I'm SSJ Cody. I've been obsessed with One Piece since I was 6 years old. I remember watching the One Piece on the 4Kids dub, and even then I still thought it was up there with the likes of Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and like Naruto even. I still like Helmeppo's hammer gun is still like implanted in my memory, and I still think One Piece is still one of the goated series I was watching back when I was a child. So.
Dude, okay, when I was like maybe 10 or 11 when One Piece came to America for the 4Kids dub, right? And I was into Dragon Ball Z already. I was into Yu Yu Hakusho already. I was like in it already. And One Piece came out over here, and I was like, fuck yeah, I finally get to experience One Piece. I've heard about this on forums. That's how old I am. And I started watching it, and I was like, what is this? And all that's burned into my brain is Brooklyn Sanji. Just being like, oh yeah, Nami!
I'll never
Whatever
forget.
you say at the Bradier.
Oh my god.
I'll never forget the day I discovered manga. Like my dad, I remember crying because Cartoon Network had gone out, so I had missed my Saturday episode of Naruto. I mean, like when I said I cried, like I mean, like not like I want my Naruto. Like I had tears, like just in a calm, like this sucks, and I wish I
Were you
had it,
sitting
but
on
I
a
don't.
Were you
I
sitting
felt
on a swing on a tree?
I did, and I think I remember my dad going through the internet and looking for a manga website, and if it wasn't for him looking for Naruto so that I could read everything, and I caught up, and then he put me on Dragon Ball because he remembers he liked Vegeta, and I remember my dad being like, I have to rewatch it now because I don't think you're right about the Cell games. I thought Vegeta won, and I was like, no, Dad, it was Gohan, and he had Goku helping him. And he's like, I remember my dad coming back to me and being like, you were right. And I remember Vegeta coming out of the time chamber and seeing Goku as a Super Saiyan being upset. And I was like, guys, shout out to my goat, the dad, for getting me into like anime.
Shout out
and
Cody's
manga.
dad.
Rest in peace. We love that man. He's the goat. But
Oh,
yeah,
all hopped up
after
on Monster.
like Naruto's a really big part of my life. But reading One Piece weekly, I remember catching up week to week, and I remember Luffy getting to the bottom of the impelled down jail, hitting that arrow key, and then seeing it's not available yet. Check back next week, and I was like, no, and I like my world shattered. I don't. With that month-long break when he put down the hat, I don't think I've ever experienced anything like maybe
Now,
maybe the 1043 break with the resin was annoying, but like hearing about like all the different I remember the Rayleigh freaking had sea stone prism sandals theory. Like I remember all these dumb
What?
things, and it
It's
you don't
one of
What?
my favorite. Like I wasn't
uh,
around for that era, but that is one of my absolute favorite theories I've ever heard from back in the day.
Fucking what?
yeah, because back
So
in
I'm posting a poll real quick. I'm sorry if everyone in chat could make sure to give that your undivided attention for like 2 seconds and go ahead and vote.
Oh my god, he found it.
don't do it, chat. It's not worth it. I think there's like crappy anime covers from when I was like 14. I don't really think it's that worth it.
I'm here for it. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you have us
Yes.
muted and you're listening to these like awful. Stop with what?
I'm
Because
vibing.
But yeah, no, like me reading week 2. I remember after catching up weekly with Naruto,
Naruto.
going right into One Piece. After working all the way through One Piece, I said I need the next biggest, longest thing so that I can keep reading it. I remember I blew through Bleach in a week, and I said I need another. I read through Fairy Tail, and I caught up to Fairy Tail weekly, and I was like, what is wrong with me? I don't even know if I enjoy this. But then I was like, I need more. And so then I started reading Toriko, and I was like, this is so good. And then I read Hunter x Hunter, and then I was like, I need more. And it was just like, you know that high you get on when you read banger after banger after banger when you're going through that.
Oh,
anime thing.
yeah.
Like, I literally, I think if I, oh man, I remember reading Fist of the North Star and like being like, oh my god, it literally cannot get more badass than this.
Listen, I watched Fist of the North Star when I was 7 years old. I had no business watching Fist of the North Star when I was 7 years old. I walked around the house for like a week being like, oh man, well, machinery.
Bro, I watched Ninja Scroll when I was like a wee little lad, and I should
Same.
not have. Yeah, I should
Same.
not have been watching that.
I watched all of Inuyasha with my aunt when I was like 4, whenever she babysat me, and like I just have like very vivid memories of like Inuyasha, Kokomi.
Not gonna lie.
And Moroku always touching Sango. Like, that's crazy.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. So Inuyasha and Death Note came out around the same time. Like, I think actually Inuyasha came out about 2 or 3 years before Death Note. But when Death Note came out, everyone, like all of the women or girls in my school were obsessed with Death Note and Inuyasha. So I was like, yeah, I love it. I did not make it through like 2 episodes of Inuyasha, and I didn't watch Death Note until last year. I was just like, no.
I remember I said I wasn't gonna watch through Inuyasha unless they animated the final arc, and I remember when the final act came out, I said, "Son of a fucking bitch!" So I had to sit down and watch all 168 episodes with my mom because I remember making this bet, and I was like, "This is so stupid." I remember the giant filler arc with like the giant wind demon or whatever, and I was like, "Mom, we can skip this. It's filler." And she was still in the phase of, "Nope, if it's in the show, we gotta watch it, Cody. You watch this filler and you enjoy it." We also had to watch freaking. Oh my god, how many?
Oh, the
One
new
Piece
MHA chapter
fillers?
just dropped. You watched all the One Piece fillers? I did not. I watched
was-
G8, the Warship Island arc, and the one where Usopp makes fireworks with the little girl.
I've only watched through the One Piece anime once through on my own, and I'm current, and then I watched through it with my mom, where we watched through all the filler up to Wrong Ling, Wrong Land, where my mom put her foot down and said, "If you don't get past this stupid bullshit, I'm not watching this anymore." And I said, Thank you, mom."
Your
So I
mom
was like-
skipped Long Ring, Long Land?
No, my mom watched Wrong Ring, Long Land. We skipped the fucking Davy back fight because she said she couldn't handle Foxy, and she said that like it was too drawn out for her. And I was like,
That's
yeah,
fair.
I get that, and I don't want her to draw.
Yeah, that's
Like if
fair.
I can have my mom fucking watch one, my mom's current anime right now. Like
That's insane.
like,
The only things I'm current on are One Piece, My Hero Academia, and Don Da Don.
in my Facebook memories, 2023 years ago, she was in Marineford, and she cried.
That's crazy.
She cried, and seeing her cry, I've never felt more proud. It was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's Nakama right there, baby. My mom cried during the live action when she saw the Help Me scene with Nami. And I was like, oh yeah, you're Nakama now. You're Nakama.
What up,
She called
everyone
me
in
that.
chat? Everyone's popping off. I'm loving all of you. Give a big heart out to 3-Day. Big heart out to the Last Arc Live. Mr. Bushido. Vexus.
Mr. Bushido!
TJ.
War!
TJ's lurking like Bogard. I want to know who, let's see. Vexus, who's your favorite Marine out of everyone?
Favorite Marine out of everyone, like Fujitora, right? Like, I mean, if we're not counting at like the Chadmirals themselves.
Well, no, like in One Piece, I
Mm.
guess. One Piece. Only One Piece. Who's your favorite admiral in One Piece? I should have narrowed that down a little bit. I guess I was too broad. Maybe.
No, Fujitora is absolutely him. And as another gentleman who is some form of blind, I have massive emotional connection to the scene where he said, "I wish I could see you smile." Like, oh my god, I'm not like totally blind. I could see. But, like-
Obviously, the best Marine, I'm sorry to interrupt, Vexus, is Barry Good, owner of the Berry Domi.
Oh my goodness.
No. Now, what were you saying? I'm sorry. I had to.
My favorite Marine is kind of a sleeper. Corazon. What up,
Yes.
everyone?
Ooh.
Hey there,
Yes.
Joe.
Hey,
Corazon is
Joe.
probably my favorite Marine as a like double agent who found love for another child in law and saw the innocence of that and saw that more important to protect. And Corazon's
You guys
like
are.
truly goated.
Corazon is a goated, but I will see your Corazon and raise you one soul.
Yeah, that was my second, like
Yeah,
my second
like-
choice for sure.
Especially if we're going with Navy Vice Admirals that are just like willing to do anything for a child. Jaguar D Soul, baby.
I
Oh,
like
good
Brand New a
crap.
lot though.
I
Brand New,
love
honorable
Brand New.
mention. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, honorable mention. Yeah, I would love to see more of Brand New. His whole job is coming up with the wanted posters.
Momonga's mustache. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I definitely respect Momonga and the mustache. You gotta.
Yeah, the
gotta give
mustache,
it
the
to
mustache.
He's a better man than me for what happened at Amazon Lily. Oh, we
Nah,
got a
man.
shout out to Travis D. Boner, aka T-Bone, for sure.
T-Bone! Mr. Travis. He's dead.
Yeah,
He's dead.
rip.
Rip.
Legend,
I forgot that he was unalived because of Cross Guild. A peasant got him. A peasant. A lowly peasant.
he-
got the
He
famous
probably
T-Bone.
like held the blade towards the peasant and is like, "Do what you gotta do. Feed your family." I understand. He's just such a good guy. Like, and Tekking's funeral for him, I teared up.
Oh,
my
yeah,
goodness.
same. Yeah, Rose is detecting because that guy's just a goat. I mean, I wear a suit during my chapter reviews for a reason. Let's be real. I love that man.
I don't. I walk around my room and I talk like a crazy man with tinfoil on his head, which I think is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gotten me somewhere.
Cody, what have you been watching this week, man?
I watched all of Fringe recently, all 5 seasons within a week.
Jeez.
If you want to talk about like J.J. Abrams and his bag, that's probably it. I think I watched all of Zom 100. I think I have one episode left, and I'm very sad that it's going on hiatus till it gets its time slot back. But Zom 100 is one of the coolest shows I think I've seen in the last decade, like based on a slice of life premise.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it. Like, can you give me like a no spoiler light or no spoilers? Like, it's obviously something to do with zombies.
Absolutely, I would
but
love
like,
to hype this up.
Cody, ramble. I'll be right back.
yeah, we'll hold down the fort, boss.
Zom 100 is a show that takes place in Japan, and it follows the main character. Holy shit! I like watched it all in like a big sitting. I can't remember his name, but the main character is a office worker who just moved to Tokyo out from the boonies, and he like gets like super excited that he's made this job and he's gonna make a big name for himself and that everything seems to be going right at this job. And oh no, he's working in an exploitative company that makes him overworked, breaks his mental status. He has a basically an R34 ugly bastard for a boss who's harassing the girl he likes there. And it like you watch this man, and as like the show progresses, you see like as like he gets to the company, everything's bright. Like the colors are popping. Everything's like super. How do I say it? Flashy. It's like a bright, glowing. Everyone's glowing almost. And like as he goes through day in day out, it gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. But the only way he gets to quit his job is a zombie apocalypse breaks out. And once the zombie apocalypse breaks out, he sees himself as freed in a way that like all the blood and gore and stuff that should look ugly on the screen is like neon pinks and purples and greens and yellows. And it's one of like the coolest shifts in perspective ever taken in anime, I think, to where the world has completely lost hope in freeing itself and ever seeing itself as normal again. This one man who's been broken beyond repair finally feels free in the anarchy that is a post-apocalyptic zombie world. And like I can't get over how well this story is told because it seems like such a simple premise. Oh no, a guy's gonna do whatever he wants in a zombie apocalypse. But like hearing all the chat, hearing all the seeing all the color and seeing how it just changes his perspective. I really like the way the animation strikes me, and without getting too much into spoilers, I think it's definitely worth a watch. It's gonna be my anime of the year if it would have finished.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard a few things like just like light like spoiler light or completely spoiler free reviews and things like that. And I was like, I should probably watch this, but I wanted to wait for it to kind of build up. Shout out to Grand Line Bound, Captain Smokey.
Oh my goodness, we love you, Smokey.
Smokey Tora in the chat. We were just giving you flowers. But yeah, I've heard a little bit about it, and I wanted to just wait, and then it went on hiatus. So I'm like, I guess I should just watch it now because like I can't wait for like the full season. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I heard the main character is like he's completely built different. He be on some stuff, right? Like he's wild, right?
As someone who's had depression and who's had to deal with I've had to work the 1 to midnights at like being exploited. I was working 60 to 80 hours a week, like day in, day out, wanting to like, what the fuck is the point? And I was depressed. I'm like seeing like this other main character like find so much solace in the anarchy in the world is like really cool and seeing. I just really like it. It's a big, happy, feel-good anime and a really weird take on the slice of life gag genre, and I love it. It's so wacky and zany, and I'm really sad that I have to wait for the anime to come back because I love seeing it in color, and I don't think the manga could hit the same because it's the color for me. It's like that shift in perspective, and that literally
Like
changed the
vivid.
whole show. Yes, that's the word.
Yeah.
I feel that way. I know you guys are talking about Zom 100. I feel that way about Akira. Like I've read all the manga for Akira, and the movie just slaps much better for me visually. Like obviously the story's better in the manga, in my opinion, but like the movie just slaps better visually than the art itself. Even though the art itself is also immaculate, just the colors popping and everything. So I get that. So it's slice of life.
It's slice of life / gag. Like you're just living in a post-apocalyptic world, and if it's just going from day to day trying to fulfill your task, would you not think that like just living day to day is a slice of life anime? Is that a hot take?
Oh,
Zombie.
shout out to Admiral Smokey Tora in the
We
chat.
love
That
you,
is the
Smokey.
Chadmiral. Smokey!
Got the links. I just put them in the chat. Make sure you go show some love to Grand Line Bound on YouTube and on TikTok. What's one of our goats? That's our emergency food supply and Dr. Vegas smokes of the last arc.
Yes, sir. I thank you,
No, I
TJ.
found out
I
that like
appreciate
it feels
you.
like what's up?
Oh, I was just saying thank you to TJ. What'd you say, brother?
I was saying like I feel like the older I get, the more I enjoy slice of life. Like when I was a kid, I was just like, yo, where's the fight scenes? And I was only battle shonen, battle shonen, battle shonen, and then like I'm really like looking at through my Crunchyroll history and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, is that my new favorite genre? So I'm actually looking really forward to Zom 100 now, thanks to Cody here. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone knows my favorite kind of anime manga is big men beating the shit out of other big men. So
It never gets old for me.
but like I
Same
really
though,
went
same, like if I'm honest.
Didier Sama X Senpai, I think his name is. I shouted him out on my TikTok review of it when I tried to shout it out because I was like, more people need to see this. I think I got like 300 views on it, but I was like, definitely. He said he put it into words I couldn't describe, and I was like, I trust his opinion a lot because the only other thing he does is compare everything to One Piece and Dragon Ball, and he's talking about a show I've never heard of, so I'm gonna check it out. And I was very happy I did. And like I said, I don't normally watch those kinds of shows, but also Katekyo Hitman Reborn is like in my top 5 manga ever. So, but that goes from slice of life gag to peak.
I don't know. The only slice of life I've ever actually like sat down and watched a bunch of was Fruits Basket, and I regret every minute of it.
Don't watch
yeah.
it, read it, because it's actually pretty good. That was way back in the day. I was into like stuff like just because like all the ladies that I was going to middle school with at the time were like, "Have you read this?" I was like,
Same.
"I will."
Yeah, same. They're like, "Did you watch Fruits Basket?" And I was like, "I will. I will."
Yeah, like say less. Like
say less. Say less,
Everyone,
baby.
everyone made me watch. Oh my god! All the girls made me watch Ouran High School Host Club, and if I have to sit
Dude, same. I've
Yeah, I
seen
never got
so
on
much
that
of
mode.
Ouran. Oh, it's bad, man. I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I'm not trashing anybody who does like Ouran. It's just I could never get in it.
Yo, shout out to 3-Day.
Wait.
3-Day gets it. Fucking Reborn is the best. I cannot shout out Reborn enough. Top fucking.
Cody, let me know when you're ready, and I'll sell you on Dawn to Dawn.
Oh man.
I thought you said you had read it.
Someone had asked for a good manga to read, and I said Dawn to Dawn. You should read it. I hear it's peak fiction. And then you had
It's
like
so
misread
good.
my chat while you were smoked out, and you're like, "Cody's read Dawn to Dawn," and I said, "No, just read it. It's really good. You should recommend it." And you're like, and then you told Dan that you're like, "No, Cody's read Dawn to Dawn," and I was like, "I don't think I have."
Okay,
So, no.
before I get into Dawn to Dawn, hold on. 3-Day. Zach Bell, my boy, Gash Bell. Oh my god, I love Zach Bell. I've read the entire manga at least 4
I
times.
need to watch that second part when boing 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 boing
Boing.
All about Fulgore, like great and strong Fulgore, invincible Fulgore. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but that's been stuck in my head since like I was 10. Like
probably. Same. I miss, like, I know the dub was shit for Zatch Bell, but like I miss when America would get like the really obscure anime and then try to make them for children, and then they obviously have to cut things out because they're not for like American children.
You guys remember Bobo?
Yeah, Vex hates it from what he said last night.
Yeah,
so I don't hate it. It's just my least favorite. There's a discrepancy. Okay, I don't live in the extremes, Lucas. Like, but
See, I'm the hype man though. I love a lot of shit, and like Bobo has had me laughing. State of crying from laughter from how off the.
Oh yeah, the dub is amazing, dude. The dub of Bobo is amazing. It's so funny. Like, it's wild how random that show is.
Please,
But
no,
yes, Don
don't
Don.
shoot me. I have this baby doll. I just want to use it to learn ventriloquism. Bobo, stop! He ate my tater tot. I'll buy you French fries. No, I want tater tots. They're so fluffy and good. So you mean you have to transform into a tank and blow him up? Yeah.
Yes.
And then it just cuts away. It's just.
Okay, let
Had
me.
some great taste in the chat,
yeah.
shouting out to No Game No Life. Oh my god,
Oh
it's a throwback.
no. Oh man, that ending though. Come on.
Did you watch the movie? I won't talk too much about it, but the movie is probably one of my absolute favorite anime movies I think I've ever seen. It's really good.
Hot take. I think one of my favorite anime movies I've ever seen was Dragon Ball Super Broly. The shit saved my life. I love.
Oh, it was good.
But like,
No, that was definitely up there.
as you hear me say it, I like big strong men beating the shit out of other big strong men.
Yeah.
I was like,
Listen, the whole thing with Super Broly, dude, is because, or what I should say, what the whole thing with Superhero that pissed me off is we got that fluid, smooth animation in Broly, and then they did that weird, like the 3D animation wasn't bad by any means. I still had a very enjoyable time watching Superhero, but the animation in Broly is just so good. When Vegeta and Goku, even that beginning scene where they're on the mountain and they're like jumping around in like the tracksuits and stuff, I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking get it. Please go punch Broly as hard as you can. And then punch him twice as hard because you're together. What if we hit him really hard?
oh man.
Chadmirals, Dan
All right.
Dastardly.
So should we talk about Dawn to Dawn now that we see
Yes.
the dastard in chat, and you should sell me?
Yeah,
on it?
okay. So, all right, are you into like the paranormal genre at all?
No.
Kind
well,
of.
this is gonna be a hard sell. Kind of.
Yeah,
okay.
kind of. I can be
Like-
swayed.
I was gonna say, so the reason I love Dawn to Dawn, and I'm gonna say some
The
things that are
Weezing?
like, that. Listen, I had a speech impediment until I was 9 years old, brother.
Whittly? No, I'm joking.
Literally, could not say my R's. Could not say my R's.
We gotta stop.
My-
We're gonna upset everyone.
Whittly. But anyway. So like the reason I love it is because the whole manga is about this boy and this girl, and they're trying to. This is gonna sound strange. Everyone in chat, I'm just gonna let you know it's gonna sound strange. His balls get taken by a poltergeist, basically. Who demasculates men. So like, they fight her and then get his other part of his genitalia back, and then his balls are still gone. So the whole manga so far has been them just trying to track down his balls and fighting paranormal monsters as they go. But all of the paranormal. Yes.
When was this released? I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's on chapter 120 something at the moment, so not too long ago.
Yeah, but like vasectomies are in right now, and like this dude got it for free. Like
Yeah, yeah, bro. Listen,
it's crazy.
the romance between the two main characters though is insane. I've never rooted for two main characters to get together more in my life. Like half the time when I'm talking to Dan about Dawn to Dawn, it's not the fights, it's not the amazing paneling. It's like, so when are Okarun and Momo gonna get together finally? Like they're this close, man, and I just need it to happen. But the thing that I love about it is like there's these aliens called the Sorpos, right? Sorpos are from a book in our actual world that are like was written by this crazy guy who said he went to Venus or went to the planet Sorpo and stayed with the Sorpians and stuff like that. And then like every yokai that appears in it, actual yokai, all of the aliens are based off of our own alien mythos that we have. And then I'm obsessed with like old alchemy stories and stuff like that, and like stories of immortality. And there's this guy named the Count of Saint Germain. It's a very interesting tale. They said that he's shown up over like a 300-year period, and he found the elixir of life, kind of similar to like Nicholas Flamel finding the Philosopher's Stone. That guy just showed up in the story recently, though. The Count of Saint Germain, and when they did that, it blew my mind. Like they talk about the Sumerians, like it's anything conspiracy theory related. That's what's going on in Dawn to Dawn. It is insane. That's why when I reviewed it, I used the X-Files theme in the background because it's perfect. It's right there. It's that paranormal. It's that investigation. It's amazing.
Yeah, have fun with
Yeah,
that.
like I think the last like paranormal one I watched was you watched Inspector.
I've not.
It's like
I've been
a
trying.
chick who can
Sorry.
see ghosts and like it's like so it's like an inspector, like Inspector Gadget, but it's like in
Yes.
Spectre, like a ghost. Like so, I was like, that's a clever title.
Oh,
You
that
get
is a
3
clever
episodes.
title.
I will watch 3 episodes because that's a clever title. And then I got hooked and watched the whole first season. I think there's a second season. I just haven't watched it yet because I'm terrible at keeping up with anime.
You could say it's called Spectre. It's going on my list right now because like I love paranormal anime and I can never find any except for ghost stories. But
Like the premise is that there's like this. I can't speak it too much to justice, but it's already on your list, so there you go. Like.
I like detective animes a lot too. That's why I like Death Note so much. I grew up with Detective Conan. I was very, very into Detective Conan.
You had me going because I was like, if you haven't read Detective Conan or the Ace Attorney like mangas,
I have not read Detective Conan because of how much there is, but I've seen almost every episode.
Okay,
I think I'm like maybe 100 behind now because I stopped for a few years. But like, I love Detective Conan. It's the second longest running manga next to
It's
One Piece.
called Case Closed. Yeah, is that what it? Yeah.
And yeah, there's a dub for it called Case Closed. It's only like the first like 2.5 seasons or something like that. Though.
Conan and Agawa. Yeah, I watched the dub. I never. That's as deep as I got. Was like I watched like a season.
The dub is good though.
It is good. Yeah, I liked it. And there's a lot of like throwback, so many like people that were in that dub went on to do so many other things.
Oh yeah,
it was like foundational. Yeah, it was like.
Because I grew up on Adult Swim anime. You know what I mean? Like Adult Swim started running when I was like 11, and Saturday nights were dedicated to anime. So I'd watch like the Toonami anime block, and then on Saturdays I would also watch the Adult Swim anime block with like Big O and shit like that. Crayon Shin-chan. But no, I really love good old detective anime or paranormal anime. Like Lupin the Third is literally probably like my hidden gem anime.
Yeah,
it's the
shout
one
out to Terrible TJ.
I need to shout out this manga and just shout it out on TikTok. But Ryan from 90s Nostalgia Anime had brought up Eye Shield 21 and was like, this is one of my favorite manga to read as a big football head. And I was like, yeah, everyone should read Eye Shield 21. Do you know why? And then I pulled out my manga and I was like, that's Yusuke Murata's art. The guy who draws One Punch Man for one. He drew Eye Shield 21, and if you like American-style football in any way, shape, or form, it's a super good manga and premise. I really like the artwork in the manga. It was super good.
I've never gotten into any sports manga. I tried to read that one that you sent me with the girls knocking their hips. I read the first 2 chapters and I just couldn't get into it.
I know exactly
tried to read Keijo, you couldn't. I read the Rooster one all the way through, but you couldn't read Keijo? How dare you?
Rooster Fighter is top tier, bro.
No, Keijo is like top tier art. How dare you? I will not.
Simpin.
I will not be silenced.
All right,
but other sports anime that I like.
Cody's already freaking out.
Hajime no Ippo. I liked Hajime no Ippo. I liked Kengan Ashura.
Ippo's good.
Haikyuu. Haikyuu was very, very surprising anime for me.
I've heard a lot of good about it.
I watched 1 season of Haikyuu because a very cute girl told me I should, and I was like, okay. And then I completely fell off. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. But she watched all of One Piece because I watched 1 season of Haikyuu. So now I feel bad, and I probably need to watch it.
It's very enjoyable, and what I'm gonna say is like the character development is like don't get attached to the other people. I don't know why other people root for any of the other schools. Just be Team Karasuno. I don't get it. How if you go through Haikyuu and you're not like constantly rooting for Karasuno, you're a red flag in my book. Sorry to say it. Like I'm for my boys day in day out, and like that's what makes the show for me when I watch it.
I have to ask Vexus, how old were you when you watched this season?
Oh god.
Is it embarrassing?
Yeah, it was. So you're talking about Haikyuu? Like,
yeah.
This was like not even 2 years ago.
My man. Okay, I did the same thing before I met my wife. I was talking to this chick, and she was like, "Watch Wolf's Raid," and I watched the entire like first season. I think there was a second one, and I started it, and I was like, "No." No. I did the same thing, so kudos, man. That was probably
I didn't
24.
vibe with Wolf's Rain like that. Like that whole like kind of block. Like there was like
Yeah.
Wolf's Rain and then like Blood Plus and like Paranoia
Oh,
Agent.
God.
I love Blood
love
Plus.
Paranoia
Don't
Agent.
you dare.
Whoa. I
Don't
was
you
gonna say
dare on
Paranoia
Blood
Agent.
Plus.
No, I love Paranoia Agent, but I didn't vibe with the whole rest of that kind of like little block
Yeah.
there in the mid 2000s, like late night Adult Swim
Mhm.
style. Shout out to
Paranoid
Nasty
Agent.
Ninja in the
Big
chat. That's
O.
my
Big
goat.
O.
Go Nasty Ninja. Big O was the only thing I remember about Big O, and I watched so much of it, is the fucking theme song. The Big O, Big O, Big O,
I
Big
love
O.
Blood Plus actually, Vexus, and like the guy who sang that second opening saying it's Hyde. It's so good. Like, oh fuck.
I more than tolerated it. I just didn't vibe with it enough to finish it.
Oh
You know what I
God,
mean?
dude,
Like,
the ending is so fucking sad. I think that was like one of the first anime that like I didn't cry, but like it hurt my soul a little bit. Like I felt
I've got
hurt.
I got a question then that I think could get us off on a tangent.
Hold
here.
on, I have one more though.
What?
One more martial arts
Okay,
anime.
yes.
I have to say it before I forget it. Okay, a martial arts anime, goated. Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple, a goated anime with a goated dub and an even better manga with art.
have you ever been hit with the German suplex though, IRL?
Yes, I was in wrestling in 7th grade, and I remember winning one match and losing several and saying "fuck this." Oh, we made it
Big balls and
36
cursing.
minutes. I didn't do
cursed
it
like 6 times. Yeah, you
I've
made
been
it.
so good.
I have not said one F bomb.
I was so
Nasty
good.
Ninja, yeah, dude. Steve Bloom kills it in Big O though. Like I said, I don't remember much about it, but Steve Bloom is anything.
Steve Bloom
anything
kills it in
Ooh.
everything. Yeah, the
Anything.
Will
dude
of Dreams,
was like
Gundam,
so.
G Gundam, Domo.
No, I'm gonna blow
Tengai.
your mind though, because this is the same dude who voices Orochimaru, but he also voices Guilmon in Digimon Tamers, like and Yamaki in Digimon Tamers. But Guilmon, that is Steve Bloom. Chew on that for a second.
Steve Bloom is always and forever will be. Hello, I'm Tank Dempsey. Oorah! Like, I'm literally top 10 in the world for Garad, Crovey, and High Ranks.
He was also Black War Greymon, and Black War Greymon was him.
You're not wrong, but like when War Greymon came out and threw a Terra Force out in like 0.2 seconds when it took Goku like episodes to try. My mind as a kid was blown. I was like, what is Greymon on? This is insane. He's just throwing these. He's just throwing stars. I'm gonna start. I love.
So, what was the first anime that you guys like that made you sob? I'm not talking like a little tear. I'm talking sob, baby. I want to know which one turns you into a blubbering baby.
Yo, I have never cried to anime or manga actually, but there is something that had me call out to work the next day and cancel all my plans for the next week basically and contemplate existence like never before. Nothing has ever evoked such powerful emotions as when I watched Steins Gate. Like that was.
I still have yet to watch that. I heard it's amazing. I need to.
So there's some parts of it where I'm just like, okay, and then there's some parts of it where I'm just like, this is peak. This is absolutely peak. Like I don't want to spoil too much, but it's about time travel, so it's very confusing. But you love Doctor Who, so you're probably gonna love it. Definitely watch it. Put on the top of your list.
I literally am, bro.
It's so good. And like all the side characters. I'm telling you, everyone gets a full arc. Everyone gets a full arc and a half because it's time travel. You know,
Look,
so you get
I'm looking for one to start. I promise you that tonight, as I'm laying in bed, I will watch the first episode of Steins Gate and then start it all tomorrow. I promise you.
No, you gotta watch the first 3 episodes. You gotta watch the first. Like, do the full 3 episode test. Like, you got to. Like, it's like it's confusing at first because you gotta like put some pieces together as you go. It's not gonna make a lot of sense to you to like episode 7, and you get to like halfway through the season, you're just like, what? But the ending, let me tell you. And then there's Steins Gate 0, which is equally as soul crushing. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yes, shout out to Dastard in the chat. Oh my god, it was so good. And I want to rewatch through it so bad right now, but I'm just like not in the spot. You know?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know what you mean. So the top 3 on my anime list are all anime you recommended me right now.
Oh man, and Dastard is my new best friend. Hit me up in the TLA Discord, and we will talk about Ancient Magus Bride because yes, that is such a freaking beauty. That is my
That's
absolute
also
like.
on my list. That is also
Oh my
on my
God.
list. It's towards the bottom right now because it was recommended to me forever
No,
ago.
let me tell you, the world building and it is in my opinion, I put it above like Mushoku Tensei. I put it above One Piece. Yes, I said it because in this short amount of episodes that you get of this content, there
I
is
love me some world building.
so much, and it's beautiful. The opening intro here by Juna is forever on repeat in my mind right now. I'm trying not to
Dude,
sing it on stream. It is so fantastic. The colors are perfect. The character development of the main character Chise, phenomenal, like so good. I would say it's probably like the most well-developed character I've ever seen in anime, except for probably like Land of the Lustrous. Like oh my god, another really, really, really good one. But second season was a little bit slower, but you got a lot more. Like the first season was so much setup and everything like that. But I'm serious. It's like a whole Studio Ghibli world, but it's not like it's not like you just get one slice of it. It is you get the full cake, bro. It is so good. I love it, and I could literally like I could do a whole stream about just that anime, but I won't. I'll let y'all go. Sorry.
No, you're good. I like it when people spit about their passions. Don't ever fucking apologize for spitting about Ancient Magus Bride or anything else that you want to spit about. This is the place to do it, and I want you to feel open and never apologize on here. If you ever apologize again, I'm gonna make you apologize for apologizing, and then I'm gonna make you apologize to your mom for
I'm sorry
apologizing.
for saying sorry.
And then I'm gonna
You know,
make
but
yeah.
no,
so
but
Cody,
for
what
real,
was
Ancient Magus Bride, there were moments that like definitely had up like put a pit in my stomach and like a lump in my throat. But there was no waterworks. I think I'm broken. I don't know. I just can't do that to anime. I guess I don't know. But specifically, it hit, and yeah, like I was extremely immersed in the story. But Steins Gate, it made my stomach do backflips, and I was literally like. I just stayed in bed the entire rest of the next day and a half. I was just like I didn't eat, I didn't like sleep. I don't even think I like cleansed myself. Like I was literally just I just didn't exist. I just dissociated from reality after all that because it was just so hard hitting.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, I want to hear what moment wrecked you. Cody, what was yours?
Absolutely left me a mess. But yeah, y'all spit.
What was yours, brother?
I actually went and pulled it out. It's a moment, the first moment that ever broke me in anime that like actually like I'm a very emotional person. I'm okay with being emotional. I think it's better to like just I don't know. I've had a lot to work through, and I've become a lot more open and realized that it's okay for me to be that kind of person. And the first moment that like ever made me like break down in Naruto was obviously the Zabuza like your words cut deeper than any blade boy. But this moment physically, oh my god, what?
Yeah, I've never read Naruto, bro. I've told you this. I watched up to the Chunin exams in the anime when it was first coming out, and then lost interest completely, and that's all I've seen.
That Zabuza on the bridge moment when Haku dies and Naruto's fucking like pleading his heart out because he's like, "There's no way! You know he loved you. He would give his life for you, and you would just abandon him." And Zabuza standing there crying, and you see him say, "Stop it, boy. Your words cut deeper than any blade could." And then he fucking hands him a kunai, and Zabuza takes out everyone with a kunai in his mouth and kills Gato, and then fucking like lays side by side with Haku. It's so good. But this moment is the one that like actually like physically wrecked me. Like I couldn't like the moment happens in Naruto later on when almost like the whole Nine-Tail sail breaks. And spoiler alert, Naruto's been out for a while, but Naruto meets his dad, and he's like, "Hey, Naruto, it's me. I'm the," like, spoiler, everyone knows it's the fourth Hokage. And so, like, he finally meets him, and the first thing Naruto does is he doesn't, like, cry about seeing his dad for the first time. He doesn't, like, hug him. He hits him. He punches him and says, "Why would you do this to me? Why would you put the Nine Tails in front of your own son? Do you know what this has done to me?" And right then and there, I was like as someone who's lost his own father and had to this shit hit me so hard. Like I literally like it I get shaken talking about it. It's one of the most real things Kishimoto has ever expressed through art, and I felt it. And knowing that he was just becoming a father at the time when he was writing, like, Naruto's father's story and everything, doing the flashback for that, it just hits so much harder for me, and like that emotion, being able to feel what the author was feeling at that time. Kishimoto was in his bag at that time. Everyone loved the pain arc. You always hear it goaded in like the chats and everything whenever any Naruto fan is talking. Like, I don't
The
hear
Pain
anyone.
arc, yeah, I've heard Pain's speech and stuff like that because of how popular the Pain arc is.
But
Um,
like, yeah,
It's like the Cell Saga, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like that's where it could have ended. It didn't, but I mean, no. I love your shouting out to the Minato moment, but like for me, the Kushina moment hit so hard too. Like because like
absolutely.
the just literally, I've never been so devastated by just someone saying That was dude, oh my goodness. They wrote that so well. I
Mhm.
loved it. It was really, really solid.
It was. It, there's something. It's
My
always, yeah. You go ahead.
my
I was gonna rant.
yeah, my answers are so, I don't know, man. So I would say, like, there's one that did soul shatter me, but I gotta kind of build up to it. But the first thing that made me cry ever in anime was Maze Hugh's death from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yep,
I was
that
like
too.
12 when that episode came out, and it fucked me up real bad. But then when I got older, I was like 16 when Brotherhood premiered, and I cried so hard when Mustang got his revenge on
Oh my
Indy.
god.
Oh my god, dude! And he's just sitting there, and Hawkeye's like crying and stuff. Oh my god!
There's this moment in Bleach that I'm so excited for you to get to, because there's this moment in Bleach that I want to talk about that's huge spoilers that I don't want to spoil for you. But like, I'll I'll never ever be able to tell you guys like these sad stories in anime. Like, this is shonen. I don't know, like the shonen demographic. I know I'm 27, but like some of these stories hit so hard when I was reading it in my teenage years. Because seeing
Oh yeah, I guarantee
Ichigo
it.
break down and cry, after his interaction with Ginjo, everyone knows who that is except Lucas, because I'm only gonna say names to not spoil anything. But when Ichigo's breaking down and crying, like, and like after the build up and everything, I felt that, and I was like, I know what you're going through. It hurt so bad. Lucas is reading Bleach through his first time, and I don't want to
Yes.
spoil anything for him. So,
Nasty Travis Willingham is just amazing. But no, the one that broke me, right? And Frista Ditz can attest to this. He was with me when we watched this together. We were going through all the Studio Ghibli movies because we love Studio Ghibli, and we'd seen a bunch of them, but not all of them. And we got to Grave of the Fireflies. And if you have not seen Grave of the Fireflies, it probably has one of the most tragic endings. And I was a father at this time. I was like 20. Like, so I'd already had a kid, and spoiler alert, both the kids in Grave of the Firefly fucking die, and I didn't know that. I had to call off work for 2 days because of how heartbroken I was. Like, it was so bad. So bad.
you know how you guys were talking about animes that cute girls got you to watch?
Yes. Oh god, Cody has one.
Yeah, I do. I got this girl convinced me, like, she's like, hey, yeah, I'll come over if you watch Silent Voice. And I was like, bet.
Oh, that's good, though.
And
That's good.
man, she knew it was coming, so she's sitting there giggling as like I have tears strolling down my face, like, no, 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 and like,
No. Can I go ahead. I have another anecdote that I think you'll vibe with, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
dude, like I'll I have these friends that know I'm emotional, and when people get to know me, they like to watch my reactions to it. And I almost liken it to like my friend Ken learning I didn't know anything about Berserk, and Ken making me sit in a Discord call with him so he could watch me read all of Berserk because he knew how fast I could read manga. And he was like, "Oh, you got to get to it. I know you can do it, Cody. You just keep going through chapters." And I was like reading it out loud, like, "Oh yeah, I can do this all day, no problem." And then I got to it and just screaming after screaming, and he's like, "Oh, don't! Oh, this is a like." I remember watching him jump after her, and like I screamed, and like I'm sobbing. She's cackling. She's cackling. Get the fuck out of my house. Do you not see I need support right now? Like,
Yeah. Comfort me, lady.
No, yeah, like so it wasn't an anime that a cute girl got me into, but this is an anime that I got a cute girl into because she was like, "Oh yeah, I like like anime," and I was like, "Okay, what have you seen?" And she listed off some like soul crushing stuff like Madoka Magica and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Have you seen Angel Beats?" And she had never
Oh
seen
my
it
god.
before. And we watched all 13 episodes in one sitting, and it's like about 5 hours if you skip the intros and stuff like that. But obviously, you got to listen to it like at least the one time and bop it, and then like on the last episode just for the feels of it. Like, yeah, it was like a 5 hour binge session of all 13 episodes. I'm not gonna spoil anything specifically, but it is sad, bro. Oh my, oh my god! Every episode
No.
except for
Hold
episode
on.
3 is like a soap opera, and this woman sitting right next to me showed zero emotion whatsoever. Not a
Get her out of
tear,
there.
kick her out.
Get her
nothing.
out of there.
Kick her out.
No, and so I was like legitimately like I didn't hit her up for like another 2 weeks or something after that, and then like she hit me back up. She's like, "Hey, you want to watch more anime?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, and I was like really hesitant, and then I brought it up to her once we were like face to face again. And I was just like, "Yo, so like you didn't like feel anything from all that?" And she was just like if I'm being honest, I was too cooked because like we were
Oh yeah, I've been
and
there, man.
she was just like, I don't even remember what happened. So we ended up watching it all over again. She still didn't cry, bro. I was like, so this blew my mind. I was like, yo, are you all right? Like,
Yeah. So I got to shout out Nasty Nate just met Nasty Ninja just met Griffith in the Berserk manga, so he hasn't even seen past all that.
oh my
My
god,
man, you're in for some trouble, and that's all I'm gonna say. No, I think the
I'm not
only one
gonna, yeah,
that
I'm not even gonna touch
somebody,
that.
yeah, same. That's I'm just leaving it there. Obviously, your boy loves Berserk, but the only show that I watched where like somebody was like, "Yeah, let's watch this together," and it made me cry. Legitimately, was Avatar: The Last Airbender. I did not watch that until 2020.
Nothing say that had to be it, right?
Yeah,
That
I was
had
about
to
to
be
say.
it.
I watched the first season as it was coming out when I was a kid, and then we lost cable, so I just lost interest because I was 12 and other things were on my mind. And when I watched it, my wife was sitting with me, and I get to the Tales and Bonks you say, and I see the leaves on the vine scene, and I just fucking start sobbing, dude. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh,
No, so I was in the mall once. I was in the mall once, and somebody's ringtone was the song that Iro was singing, and I was just like, "How could you do this to me in public?" Like, oh
oh
my
my
god.
god, I would fight them. I would fist fight them right then and
It
there.
was one of the kiosk, like the in the middle of the mall, and like it was one of the kiosk dudes, and so I was already not happy with this person's
Oh,
existence.
yeah.
Like,
No, but what's wild, man, is that episode is also really sad. The second thing that made me cry in that episode was Momo's story, where he
yeah,
curls up into Appa's paw. I'm already crying because of leaves on the vine, and then that happens. I'm just like, why does it keep happening? Like,
yeah,
oh God. Hope I
yeah,
made
and
the
then like
podcast sad now.
no, but like it's fine. We're all here to feel, we're here
Yeah.
for each
Oh
other.
yeah.
And like Nasty Ninja said in the chat, I like Iroh's voice actor
Mako, yeah, Mako
passing
had just
passing
passed.
afterwards. Oh my god, bro.
Chills.
Yeah, that was peak. Oh my god.
I
Like
can't get emotional about Jujutsu Kaisen on here. It's very sad.
there was also actually like a recent anime that I am actually ashamed that I watched, but it was really good, guys. Don't judge me. But it was like last season, and this was like kind of where I was like, okay, I guess I like slice of lives more now. And it was like I didn't expect it to make me
You're
feel.
saying My Dress Up Darling. We already know, dog.
No, that was a really solid one, but no, it was More Than a Married Couple, but not lovers. That was like, so if you're not in a fan service, don't watch it. But there's actually like really, really crazy character development in that, and like I was like, why do I feel this way for this shallow, vapid person? And then like this person ends up becoming absolutely
I'll be right back.
amazing character.
All right. Well, good. Vex, you like slice of life anime. I'm about to give you the best slice of life anime ever. It's called Wotokai. It's about a bunch of gamers who work at an office and try to live their happy lives together. Two couples who are apartment roommates play MMOs and they all get together and have fun. Also, I think the best slice of life gag manga I've ever read probably was Nichijou, but I didn't read it. I watched that. I remember My Ordinary Life. Have you ever watched that?
No, I've heard about it.
Oh my goodness, that's really, really, really hilarious.
Well, so like, was it more than a married couple? Not, but not lovers. Like, it's such a long title. It's like a Panic at the Disco song title or something. But like, it's not like full slice of life. It's like a rom com, and it's so crazy because I didn't expect it to hit me in the feels like it did. Because the first scene is literally like some chick like accidentally like touching some other chick's butt in public, and I'm just like, okay, what did I just get into? And then like there is some very unapologetic fan service moments, but um if you really like pay attention, the character development is absurd, and there's some really funny character moments. It's like a really self-aware like comedy as well.
Lucky Star is up there. I agree with Crownless King right there. I loved Lucky Star. I ain't even gonna front. Sailor's outfit. I wear it every day. Yeah, so that I can look cute like those girls in anime. Yeah, with 1 chan and 2 chan and 3 chan. Let's get it. Yeah, let's send pew, my darling, 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 please.
What the fuck did I walk into?
Have you not seen Lucky Star? Dog.
No.
Oh my
The only star I know is Outlaw Star, baby.
Oh my god, you haven't. You're being for real and you haven't watched Lucky Star? Your baby
Brave
Lucas.
the House has been. I've heard that. I've heard it's really good. I've not watched it yet. It's on my list.
I love Way of the House Husband as a manga, and I love it as the manga animated a little bit.
Oh,
diss to the
goodness.
anime.
Yeah,
Hey, should we talk about the recent One Piece chapter?
I mean,
we're
can,
almost an
yeah.
hour in, but like, I didn't know if you guys were saving that for a stream or not. Do you guys really?
We don't do chapter reactions very often.
And so we have a stream this Saturday with Lucky, but it's specifically going to be talking about 1095 and backwards, not 1096. So.
Let me pull up 1096 real quick. I'll pull it up on my phone so I can talk to you.
Did anyone cry? Is my question. Did anyone tear up in 1096? Because I did.
No, I posted my reaction in real time to TikTok.
Yeah.
Like
it was good. You did. That was a really good video.
Yeah, I loved making that. I don't think I can describe to you how happy
I was definitely in my feels, but yeah, like I said, I'm a monster. I've never cried to anime or manga.
Not even when like Robin said she wanted to live.
That's insane.
No, I got up and jumped and shouted and like did a backflip and jumping jacks and like stuff like. I was so excited at that moment. It was like, yeah, I had emotions, but they were like I channeled them. You know what I mean? Like I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a cry guy like most of the time. I don't even know of any movies that have made me cry like outside of anime.
Tear up, and sometimes like a little bit of tears would come out when I'd be watching something and cry. But then after I had kids, it was like a fucking waterworks, man. It still is. Like it just gets worse and worse. I cried in Kuma's backstory last week. What did Cody say? He said something.
I don't know. I think he muted again. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but yeah, dude, that last panel of Jenny and Kuma and Jenny saying she was full just fucking got me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. It was so good.
It's literally like it was the first time this person was full in their entire life. Like that reaction, she was surprised. I'm like, no one should ever be surprised to know what that feels like.
Yeah.
It's
so good.
We're supposed to take it from the top. You guys were talking about crying. Why are we not, man?
Hold on, wait, Dan, Luffy at Sabaody. The funniest thing ever. I thought Sabaody was a mid arc until the supernovas were introduced. I was like, this is boring as fuck. And then I was not prepared for what happened. Like I was not at all, because I went in spoiler free for most of One Piece. The only thing I knew was Ace died. That was it. And I'm so glad I did.
It's just like the way they like with the bubbles popping. Like, oh god, like the imagery was just so perfect.
Robin, all like,
I loved it.
like, Oh, so good. But yes, Cody, let's start this 1096 little bits of discussion going.
Little bits.
It's literally
We got
first.
Tiny of the lasagna.
Tiny of the lasagna. Eat some fucking shit, you little bitch. Oh, just playing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the burning of the Mary makes everyone cry war. I've not met a single person who did not cry during that, except for Vexus, apparently. Jesus.
I did not. I'm sorry. Like, I felt emotions. They just didn't,
Well,
turn
no, you're good,
into
man.
water coming out of my face. Like, I'm sorry.
Every time, I agree. Cody, let's talk about 1096. Let's take it from the top. Make it drop. DJ, blow the speakers up till night. Okay, no.
I'm a
Bruh.
patient guy. I can wait my turn. I've never been one to hog the spotlight. Y'all are carrying this right now. I'll wait.
Whatever. Whatever, baby boy.
So we start off with the first panel about how we see how disgusting the celestial dragons treat the humans and natives of the world. And what really pulled my eye after going through a bunch of reviews and everything, the first thing I want to talk about is after the panel of Garling talking to his holy knights, you can see that they resemble the children raised by Mother Caramel way back in the day. And that shit blew my mind. And that being on the first panel, first off, another thing, double page spread opening with. Thank you, Oda. I want to count how many double page spreads we get throughout this too, because if we remember how
It's
much he was
4.
in his bag for fucking Marineford, mwah. Thank you, Oda. I don't think anyone praises Oda enough for these double page spreads, but yeah. All right, here we go. I was just reading chat real quick.
Chad's goated right now, bro. Peace out, Ninja.
Peace
Always
Yeah,
out,
dude,
glad
Chat's
having
been
you.
goated since the start. We've had a really good audience tonight. I love you, Chat.
I love you,
Love
chat.
all of you. I love you so much, Chat. I just wish I could tell you how much I feel.
Seeing the interaction between Garp and Kong was another thing I really liked, was seeing Kong in action and actually seeing him give orders. It's not very often we get to see Kong in the story, and seeing that Oda hasn't forgotten him as a character was very refreshing. It's very Oda-like to be in his bag and remember these characters, and I love it. So thank you,
Thank you,
for that.
Oda.
And anyone else like that too? Like seeing anyone else have thoughts on like the first panel? Like
You're going to be very upset with what I'm going to say about Kong. He's a fraud. How you get the fleet admiral and all you're doing is giving out orders, man. If the situation's that serious, go yourself.
Okay, so you feel the same way about Sakazuki? Because all he did,
Yes, I do.
besides okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can. As long
I
as
know
you
he's
make
strong,
sure.
though.
Yeah.
I know he's strong, though. You know what I mean? Like, we know he's strong.
Kong is the first of a few other individuals who were introduced in this chapter, which we'll get to in a bit, that I'm just excited they exist again. Like I'm just excited to see them talking with speech bubbles, and even if there's no feats or like massive fights or like all that, like no, I'm just so happy to see Kong as well as a few other individuals that are in this chapter that
Bogart.
we haven't
When I
seen
saw
in
Bogart,
so long. I'm not happy to see Bogart though.
why?
Because it's just the hype is not there for me. I don't know. Like but there is one goat, and we'll get there, that I am
Cody,
over the freaking moon about seeing in this chapter. But yeah, Kong, I'm glad. I'm glad to finally see him outside of chapter 0, right?
Yes. Cody, continue the recap of the chapter, please.
All right. So after Garp learning, one of the things that also posed a question for me, watching a couple of the reviewers, was why is Oda going through the severity of showing us how despicable these celestial dragons are? And what was the point of showing that Garp has no interest in chasing rocks in his pirate gang? But he has the immediate want to chase Roger. It's very interesting to me, and seeing that rivalry being like that. I wonder if that's alluding to maybe if Smoker heard about something while he was on vacation, but then he's like, "But did you hear Straw Hat Luffy's gonna be there? Why didn't you lead off with that?" I would love to see like a parallel to that. That's what I'm looking forward to from that. That's one of the things I look forward to. Also no, it's never mind. It's headcanon for me.
No,
So
say it.
I think
Is it a headcanon? I want to hear it.
I think Garp and Smoker have a lot more resemblance than people give them credit for. Like the scarring on the face, the wanting to chase a specific pirate king, being a vice admiral already. Smoker needs to show feats, and I think he's going to have an awakened Logia and be on the level to hurt Luffy. And like, if you think about it, Smoke can turn into anything you want it to.
Yep, dog
In One
in the chat.
Piece D&D, Rusted showed off that like Asta was able to use his smoke fruit to make a bunch of other different like animals and stuff. And so like if Smoker could find a way to like manipulate smoke in a way like what's that one guy from Hunter x Hunter with the giant peace pipe?
Vexus would know.
I'm literally blanking on his name, but he's one of my
know who I'm
absolute
talking
goats.
to, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is one of my favorite Nen abilities because
and that's
I
what
had
I'm
no
saying.
idea
Like
what.
the ideas for like Smoker, like to be as free as Luffy, to chase him and have that freedom in the Navy. I think there's a lot of parallels to Smoker and Garp that people don't address enough for me, and I think it's really
Morel.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, Morel.
So next we go
That's
and we
the
see
guy.
that Hachinosu isn't actually just all ruled by rocks, but we see that other pirates on the island say the rocks pirates have already set sail, they beat us to it. That's interesting to me because we all know, I thought it was just all ruled by rocks, but it seems like it was just a conglomerate for people to meet. Whereas Blackbeard wants to be king of that island. That's it's interesting to me because Tree has a very cool theory. My friend Tree the Wolf, you guys
Love Tree.
we love Tree the Wolf. He has a really interesting theory that I don't want to spit till we get him on here, but it's very good. So,
Hey, shout out to Kev DOG in the chat.
Kev Dog!
Absolute goat. Let me plug your channel right now. And yes, Hunter x Hunter is absolutely goated, and Lucas needs to
thank you,
watch it.
Crownless. I love you.
I literally just said that, but yeah, but no, you're good.
I literally just said that. I love how you said that, Vex. No, I think with the rocks thing, or no, okay, since you're getting there to chat, what do you guys think? What did they call it? What was taken from Hachinosu? You've got the chapter up. It was like the crown jewel of Hachinosu or something like that.
They don't say what it is, but what they do say is that this is going to shake the pirate world to its core. Now, not the whole world to its core, but the pirate world.
The
so
pirate
it obviously has to be something related to being the jewel of the pirates. What
Yeah,
could
it's
such
Buggy.
a treasure be? Well, maybe
Crown.
Captain John's treasure.
Could be. He did say
No,
something
like-
about his. Oh, so go, Vex.
Yeah, to speak on that, which is a total meme, but it's actually not. Like I hope it's Buggy because the timeline's set up perfectly. And the thing is like, and I said this in VC like 10 times in the past like day since we got this, but specifically if it's Buggy who is the crown jewel, Buggy decrown, and like it's so interesting that Captain John called that his treasure, and Buggy found a map to Captain John's treasure, and he's been looking his entire life. And then he lost that map, and then all the way, up to Orange Town, he's still blabbing about it. And then Impel down, he gets the armlet from Luffy, and was like, he finds his way, and he's looking for a Skull Island, just like Hachinosu. He's in the wrong part of the ocean, and gets like whatever. Like, but the thing is if he has been searching his entire life for Captain John's treasure, wouldn't it be just straight poetry if it was him all along?
All along, it was his son, Captain John's son, and it's Buggy.
I love like that kind of like that's just like kind of like a Oda thing. Like I feel like
Buggy, we only know a little bit about his past. We don't know shit about Buggy. We know more about Shanks now than we do Buggy.
I agree with that. That's true.
Yeah. Hard facts.
Another thing, like as I'm going through the chapter, there's not much to recap on except how fucking disgusting and how vile. Like they're like calling them rabbits. They put targets on their backs.
Weird thing though. Mihawk said something very similar to Zoro. You don't hunt rabbits with a cannon.
That is. Well, I mean, that's in a different context though. I don't think he was like.
Is it though?
I think it was in terms of strength. It's like an there's a
Mihawk a celestial dragon? No.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's this scene in Jujutsu Kaisen where this guy's like, "Hey, we need to get out of here. Those two fighting are like elephants, tap dancing on ants, and we're the ants." Like, I think it's like in that, like, just like But
colloquially,
there's 13 super rabbits on this island, which means that 150 rare rabbits, I would assume, are just the regular natives to the island. What do you guys
I
think
agree.
the 13 super rare rabbits are, since there were only 10 in the group with...
Probably royalty is my guess. Because they docked Garling the same amount of points the super rabbits are worth. I think it's the royal family.
That's what I would think, like the whole royal family. Yeah.
And like the special slaves as well, like Kuma.
Okay. Alright. I like that idea.
I feel like, I don't know, like, I have thoughts about Kuma, like, but I don't want to say too much until we get like a little bit further into the recap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that it would be the special slaves per se. I think it would definitely be royalty as far as the super rabbits go. And I'll unpack that a little bit more later.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I got a lot to say about Kuma.
Saying Garling scores a quick 10,000 points. Is that a Karoo, like a duck? Is that a duck that St. Garling is riding? That is my biggest thing. Teching 101 would be proud of me for bringing up the duck theory here, so I'm gonna say it. Garling's power comes from him only being mounted on a duck, and he needs a duck cavalry equivalent to that of Karoo. That's the big theory. He's riding a duck. It is a duck.
He is definitely riding a duck. That's a duck.
So the thing is that we know that they've had these native cleansing festivals before, and that there's obviously prizes that are put up. And this time it's several fruits, and but in the past we don't know what the prizes would have been, but we do know about the past of these native cleansing festivals is that they said that this time it won't be a world government affiliated nation. So they have gone to their own affiliate like countries and nations and done this to their own allies, their own subservient and things like that. So what's to say that they haven't done a native cleansing festival at Alabasta previously?
Yeah.
And if there was, I said this in VC, if there was like this like Giga Chad, like Sigma grind set, like alpha male duck that was like the peak of all of the war ducks in Alabasta or something like that, I think that would make a pretty good prize for top winner. So I think that duck, I'm not trying to power scale him or anything like that, but that duck is a force to be reckoned with. If I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Will of K. I love it, Dastard. Thank you.
The Will of K, yeah.
Also, I can't get over the strong resemblance to that fishman to Barta Lameo. Like, Barta looks so much like that fishman, and seeing the way that Ivankov thanking him made him almost cry. Like, I've never been thanked for my job before. Like, I love that. Like, it just shows to like Ivankov's character. It doesn't matter who you are in this world, and it like man, woman, fishman, skyfolk, Ivankov wouldn't care. Like, as long as like you're a good person, they're gonna like you. And I love that Oda sticks true to that character writing. So fucking cool. Did you?
You guys think Bardo's a fishman?
I think he's gotta be cut with like fishman. He's got to.
Yeah, like Chimney. Chimney's like a third generation, so she like doesn't have any of the traits except for the fact that she can swim well, right? Like, so like, do you think Barto's like something like that? He doesn't have any of the traits. We would never know if he can swim well because he's a devil fruit user, but he's got the teeth.
Absolutely, I think he has to be like maybe like a second or third, fourth generation like fishman.
And I think it would be so funny to me if they call him a cannibal because his favorite food's like fish or something like that. Not because he eats people, you know?
The fishman looks like Hack's father. I like that, Joe. It does bear a strong semblance to Hack. I did notice that too. Maybe that is Hack, or Hack's father. Because I know Hack was really old in Dressrosa.
Yeah, with fishmen and merfolk specifically, it's the genetics like between like if you have two shark fish people that have an offspring, it's never a guarantee that their offspring will be a shark. They could give birth to an octopus fishman. It's literally playing the lottery. So I don't know when it comes to resemblances that much. Like I think it depends. Like, but we can't really speak too much on that because the Oda has gone out of his way to say that like fishmen genes are like the lottery.
I get that.
I call it winning the lottery. Like 10 times stronger than a human, basically. Please sign me up.
Getting the theories correct on knowing what was inside of the treasure box was really cool. Like calling it like it was the pawpaw fruit and the Azo dragon fruit. I'm really wondering what the other 4 different fruits could be. I don't think it was the hormone fruit.
I don't either. I don't think the Nika fruit would be in one either.
I've
No,
always
me
said
either.
that
I
there's
think
no way because the world government's been hunting that down, and if they do,
Exactly.
they are all
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
frauds. I'm done with
But
Exactly.
it.
there's an argument for like maybe Bonnie's fruit because we don't have a name for it or like know exactly like what's going on with the whole Ginny thing, and there's a lot of theories there. But like I would also say Boa's fruit, since we know that it was in the hands of celestial dragons in the future at least. There's also like an argument for any of the previous rocks used or the rocks pirates or except for obviously like Big Mom but
Shiki?
and Kaido. Yeah, but Shiki. So he said something in the chapter like I'll blow these dudes. So I'm pretty sure he has his fruit already.
Be crazy if he didn't.
But like
I think he does
Whitebeard,
as well.
we have no idea if Whitebeard has his fruit already or not, and it was specifically listed as the most destructive paramecia, I believe.
Yeah.
And so that seems like that would be a really good prize. And then we also know that there was a huge bounty on the Op Nomi, and we don't know anything about the previous user except there was a previous user once. So I think there's a few fruits that really stick out to me as to other prizes, but it could also just be like other booty. I don't know if it all has to be devil fruit, you know.
I think definitely that the Gur is gonna be one of the chest. I loved the whole like Stussy riding on Whitebeard's back. Are we at this part in the chapter already? I was moving my laptop and set up real
Nope.
quick.
I'm
Okay.
still talking
I'll
about
wait then.
Ivankov and targeted to the slaves, and now I'm on where Kuma volunteers himself. Love that part
Yeah.
of the chapter.
So do I.
I'm a big Ivankov sim.
Goat.
Sorry, but shout out to Chrissy on TikTok for being the best Ivankov cosplayer ever. I can't get enough of the goat. It's seeing Ivankov here and seeing like just the hee-ha, well said Kuma. Like I love like
Well
just
said,
how
Kuma.
true. And rereading Marineford, I literally have volume 57 around here, but where Ivankov says, "How can you not remember me, Kuma?" I love that Ivankov and Kuma have had this much history together, and this makes Marineford hit for me twice as hard because when he says, "How could you forget this face?" Like,
Oh God,
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, it's definitely brought in some new implications for that scene, especially if I'm remembering incorrectly, please remind me. But in 1095, Jenny is Ivankov's sister, is she not?
because she says, the only big the only thing big about my bro is my face, or my big bro's pretty big too. And then he says, the only thing big about me is my face.
Yeah, but
It could
Ginny
be
also
colloquial.
calls like later on. Ginny also calls Kuma Big Bro. So
That's what I said.
that's just
It could be colloquially.
Colloquially.
Yes, thank you.
colloquial. Yeah.
Colloquially, thank you.
Wittily, the
Wittily?
hardest word to say.
Literally the hardest word to say, bro. Blah.
And now we are on the double page spread, another double page spread. Thank you, Oda, of the Rocks pirates coming onto the island. And
okay, I gotta talk about it.
There's no scene of. Okay, I'll let you spit then. Do you have it pulled up so I can
No,
look with it? Okay.
The whole spread of the Rocks pirates was I screamed when I saw Shiki.
Oh my God, same.
And I've never
Same,
watched
bro.
the movie with him. I've not watched a lot of the One Piece movies, but I've read chapter 0.
Dude, you haven't seen
You're
Strong
fucking
World?
crazy.
Oh my God, Lucas.
I've been waiting to watch them with Fritz. That's why.
It is my absolute favorite One Piece movie.
I've seen
all of them ever. It's so good.
I've seen the one with Zephyr, Film Z. I've seen Film Red. I've seen Gold. I've seen the first one, and I think that's it.
Have you seen Stampede?
Yep, mine's Stampede. Like as a
Stampede, the one where he gets the log to Laugh Tale and smashes it in his hand.
Yeah. So no, like you absolutely need to watch Strong World, and we will talk for 5 hours about how everything in Strong World has paralleled, mirrored, and foreshadowed to everything post time skip, including right now. I can't go into too much because I want you to watch that though, because oh my God, dude, that is such a freaking great movie. Like if you can get around the dude with the fart footsteps, like it's a really great movie.
I'll definitely watch it, man. But no, seeing that spread, Stussy being on Whitebeard's back definitely makes me think that Weevil may actually be his son. That's a pretty intimate relationship right there. And did you see the side-eye Gloriosa was given Stussy? She was lovesick. That's why she left the island. Maybe she was in love with Edward Newgate.
Yeah, shout out to more Amazonian lore and seeing Gloriosa. Like that's crazy to think about. Like that she was hanging out with rocks pirates and stuff like. Where do we power scale Granny Neon now? Like that's
This
it's
is
wild.
Chadmirals, so I gotta give the hot take. My hot take, and I see everyone talking about their favorite One Piece movies. As a lifelong One Piece fan, Stampede was my favorite. Getting to see absolutely every single character in One Piece fucking shine. I don't think I've ever
Yeah, that
had.
was awesome.
It's more dumb
Sabo.
fun than I've ever had in my life watching a movie. I think the only other time watching a movie in theaters that's gotten me that emotional was watching Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, and everyone in the theaters shooting up in our seats when Goku says, "I want to destroy my world!" Like, it was crazy. But I just wanted to give that hot take. Sorry.
No, yeah, I loved Stampede because it had it had burly dudes punching each other, and I know that's what you're all about. But Strong World had a much
It had a
deeper
story.
connection
No, I get
to the
that.
plot. Yeah, that's why
I know
I
exactly
vibe
what
with
you're
it. But I love
talking
them
about.
both.
And I
Yeah,
don't want to spoil anything for Lucas, but like, I get what you're
yeah.
saying. But like, man, what was it? Douglas Bullet, right? Douglas Bullet is Kaido, and when you understand that like Wano is my favorite arc in One Piece ever, then you'll understand why I love Stampede so much too. Like, it's almost like Douglas Bullet is Kaido. Sorry to say it.
Well, his backstory, it's like Kaido and kind of a little bit of Shiki as well. Like I love that. Like TJ said it the best is that there are like little. I'm paraphrasing because I'm looking for an emoji right now, but yeah, they sprinkle some of the movies really do a good job of sprinkling certain
I really want to
breadcrumbs
watch
for
the
canon.
Baron Omatsu, I think is what it's called, or something like
Baron
that.
Matsuri.
Yeah, I really want to watch that one. I've heard it's amazing visually.
It's really good, yeah.
But yeah, dude, like also Joe in the chat, dude, I could definitely see Rox being a candidate for the love of, especially if he's a parallel to Luffy, like I think he is. Definitely, if she got the love sick like Boa did, yeah, definitely a parallel, or definitely a possibility. I really want to know more about the Rox crew members we don't know the names of though. Like we know Silver Axe, we know Captain John. Who is the one that has I hate to say it like this, but like a very generic Asian name?
Wang Ji.
Wang Ji, thank you.
Yeah, you gotta yell it. No, you gotta yell it. You gotta yell it, Lucas. You gotta yell
Vexus.
it.
Wang Ji!
Yeah, there you
Vexus.
go. What's up, Cody?
I need you to spit real quick when I say this because I want to tell everyone how right I was on my theory, and you are the biggest Thriller Bark person ever. So I need you to tell everyone how fucking satisfied it was to see Captain John and the other two fucking corpses Moria had ready of the Rox crew.
Yes.
Bro, I was so hype. And I can go off about how Thriller Bark, like just like how I feel about Strong World, which were also Strong World released while Thriller Arc was ongoing. So much more connections there. But I think that Thriller Bark as well as Strong World have extreme ties to the end game, the absolute like the final bits of One Piece, and seeing like a lot more from Kuma, seeing Captain John, getting Shiki, which goes in with the Strong World because that was the same time, like the same era right there. It was absolutely peak. That is where we draw the line with One Piece movies as far as like everything Strong World and onward is the new era, and then it parallels everything in the new world. And Thriller Bark is gonna be stocks have been high for me. It's top 3. It's literally one of my top 3 arcs. It's unironic, not even a meme. The stocks are going sky high right now.
What I noticed too, or what my thought about it was when I realized that Silver Axe was one of the zombies. I can't remember who the other one is. I know Captain John and Silver Axe, and Cody said there was a third one.
Yeah, we thought it was Ochoku or Wang Ji for a very long time until we got confirmation that he in fact was still alive and might still be alive, but because he was at Hachinosu for Blackbeard to overthrow him. I think it was the Rocky Port incident where all that went down. So we thought that the big armored buff dude was Wang Ji for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, what if Moria? Because think about it, Kaido was on crew with those guys. What if Moria, because Kaido wiped out his crew, stole those bodies?
So I actually have a very spicy theory about that. Is that and this is not my theory. I'm not gonna, claim ownership over it. I heard it from a lot of people in Dak Sake's live reaction and in Ragnar's Discord as well. We were talking about it, but I think specifically that there's a chance that what is left of God Valley after this incident will become Thriller Bark, the ship.
Yeah.
Hey yo, Captain John.
Oh, yeah, I agree
Terrible
with that.
TJ say Captain John chugging alcohol reminded me of Correja. It also reminded me of Vasco shot. And what's really cool about on that panel is Captain John literally says, "My precious treasure." My precious treasure. When the Sunday official releases come out, I'm gonna say it right now. I think Captain John's treasure is part of what was stolen and taken to.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think the crown jewel thing, I think it's buggy. Thank you very much, though, TJ. We love you here so much. I do. I really think it's buggy. I don't know why I'm stuck on that, but I 100% think it's buggy. What is the next page? The next double page spread, my man.
It is
I
the
know.
introduction of Straw Hat Roger, and I'm gonna call him that because that's what he's wearing, the straw hat, baby. Now, what's really interesting to me as a person who's been preaching this shit to the high heavens, I'm really sad that my theory did not come true, and I'm sad about it. But it looks like Roger does not have Ace. There still could be it doesn't look like the sword that Figureland Garling is using is the same saber that he has on his hip. I'm trying to look at it. So my big theory was, and you can all tell me how tinfoil hat I sound, but I think after Roger was executed, right, they kept his weapon Ace as a trophy, as hey, we finally got the king of the pirates. And how fucking ironic would it be if Ace was in the hands of Figureling Garling and used as the saber to cut that any other pirates. So that's what I think. But it is interesting that Roger isn't using Ace here. So I'm wondering when he got that sword, and Oda did go on an SBS and list it as one of the 21 Supreme Great Blades or whatever,
Yeah.
one of the. So I'm just interested to see when Roger got Ace. If that is Ace in his hands, crazy.
I forgot his blade was called Ace for a second. I thought you were talking about the baby, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Cody?"
Not until post mortem, bro. No, but yeah, I forgot the blade as well, and I need to know the ranks.
I'm so sorry, y'all. Yeah, Ace is what he called his sword. That's sorry.
No, but I need to know the ranks of Shiki's blades because we see them again, and we know that they are Meito. I am convinced that they have to be supreme grade, but okay. I don't know.
Doll's mom is on the okay, so in this double page spread, we also see two of the other God's Knights. We see one of them has a deer head skull, and the other one, I'm calling it, is Dom's mom. Domino, that Dommy mommy. What was her name? Oh god, I can't remember. Oh god, was it Domino?
Domino was in Impel Down, but Sadie was the one with the whip.
No,
Domino
Vice Admiral. Vice Admiral that was just there that was goth and I wanted to step on me.
It's Doll.
Yeah, Doll. Doll's mom is a God's Knight. I think so.
Max, did you see what Kev just sent you?
Yes, and I don't know how to Twitter at all. I did look at it though, and yeah, this is interesting.
What?
Cody, I'm gonna forward it to you.
What?
It's a lot of the zombies from Thriller Bark lined up with the Rocks Pirate members. There's a lot more than what we thought there was.
That's crazy, yeah. So I mean, this is just really feeding into that theory, and we know that Shanks said he was from the West Blue.
Yes.
This is a sake from my hometown and all that, in the West Blue. Whenever he first met up with Whitebeard, and so we know that Thriller Bark came from the West Blue. And so there's just a lot that adds up to make it make sense. Thriller Bark is what's left of God Valley, and that's how Moria got a hold of these corpses. I love it. I love it. Yeah, but again, I can't really take credit for any of that. I saw a lot of people spitting that in depth.
I didn't. I've heard the Thriller Bark is God Valley theory before, but I never thought about it with the corpses until you just said that. So that's fucking wild, man.
So Doll's mom, I think that's what she looks like to me. She looks very, very, very strong, and I
Does
like
that
it.
other guy just not have a head? Like it's like I
It's
don't. He looks
silhouetted. His body's
weird.
silhouetted for a reason, but he has a. If you look, it's a deer skull. I'm very aware. It's like a deer like antler. It's some sort of horned
Yeah.
creature skulls.
Yo,
So
God, just to throw back real quick to the Thriller Bark God Valley connection, like that just adds so much context to the panel where Moria pulled up on Hachinosu and like we saw Thriller Bark right next to the giant skull mountain, like like I don't know that's it's just continuously blowing my mind the more we talk about it. So it's just, sorry, go ahead, Cody.
you're good. I'm just looking at these panels.
Panels.
I'm just trying to get as close a look as I can on things that I'm trying to look. Roger and Rox, I don't know if we're gonna make it. Reinforcements have arrived. It's Vice Admiral Garp. We were safe. Just tell me where I can find Roger. That's
Okay,
pretty
so like,
good.
what was Gabon on about when he was like saying you can't pull the captain card this time? Is it just like he wants to fight the biggest dude, or are they out there for the booty, or what's going on
I
with
don't
all
know.
that?
Yeah, I need to know.
Also,
But that was
is
like a
Crocus
weird.
there? I don't see
No, there's
Crocus.
no way. There's no way
Yeah,
Crocus is
I
there
didn't see
because
Crocus.
Roger wasn't ill at this point. Like I think we have a timeline on
Well,
that,
he
and this
says,
is
finally,
38
do you
years
have
back.
any idea how I felt this past year? That's very interesting to me that he mentions how he felt. Why does he feel some certain way? Like, I.
Yeah, there's some context there that I feel like we're not gonna get for another 100 chapters, but we need it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Oh, man.
But yeah, this chapter gave us way more questions than answers, but it really delivered on the answers. I'll say, like, this was so much payoff, and I am most over the moon probably about Shiki. Shiki is my guy. Shout out to Ragnar, aka Lord Vegeta. I can link him in just a second, but like he's got some crazy Shiki
The,
spice that he's cooked up on TikTok, and I
I
am
believe him.
100% here for it.
Yep, because
100%
he
here
said
for
about
it. Yeah.
the Beiji theory. If you haven't heard Ragnar's Beiji theory on TikTok, you need to go find Lord Vegeta on TikTok and find that theory. It's baller. And so we see Kuma and Ivankov get the fruits, and what's really interesting, and everyone's gonna hate me for this, but Kuma's fruit has the bear ears. It looks like a paw, but if you literally look at the fruit, it has the bear ears, and I know everyone's been telling me I'm coping, but I'm not coping. His ears look more like ears, but after he eats the fruit and he gets to the church, I swear they look rounded to me. Like, I think the fruit changed him more than we think, and the more he grows with it, the more it changes his appearance, because he obviously didn't grow a second set of bear ears out of his skull. That's why his head's shaved, so we can see it. Oda's not laying everything out in the bear for us. Also, how wild would it have been to see Dragon Ivankov? Let's think about that.
That would have
Like,
been sick.
Can you imagine Death Wink from that big old beast? Like, oh my
I feel like
goodness.
there would have been like an argument though between Ivankov and Dragon on which one of them gets to be called the Dragon.
Dragon. Oh, I'm sorry.
Rock the dragon.
Dragon Ball Z. Oh my gosh, Penny the Fool reviews. Shout out to Ryan from 90s Nostalgia Anime in the chat. What up? We are going
What up,
over
Ryan?
1096 right now. So after we see the fruits, we see Big Mom crush Ivankov, and what's really cool about this is that we know Big Mom
How
was a
big
menace.
Mom is.
Yeah, I'm not
Menace.
jealous. Like,
Hear me out. Let me finish. Come on, boys.
Yes,
Please.
sir. Yeah.
Begging. Ivankov got crushed. Ivankov didn't die. Big Mom was a menace back in the day and had the Soul Fruit, which means I think Ivankov wasn't
Linlin.
afraid to die in that moment.
But like, let's be real. Young Linlin, brother. I gotta spit on it. You know Big Mom is my girl, even as she is currently in the story.
No, you like her more as she
Linlin,
is currently in the story. Canon.
Oh my god, Linlin though, man. Like, she caked up. I think that what's funny is Ivankov's so big and Big Mom is so big that next to each other, and Kuma's so big that all three next to each other, it just looks like normal kids and an adult. Like they're all so massive that it just looks like a normal set of kids.
it's like
and
my
adults.
favorite thing though is that even as a little child, Ivankov is like a caricature. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so
Like,
funny.
It's so good, man. I love baby Ivankov so much. I would take them home and put them in my pocket. Like, what am I talking about? They're massive.
Yeah, Kuma just like immediately just nomming that thing, and like it blows my mind the level of we don't actually get confirmation really like right away, but like the level of proficiency that this man has with the fruit he just ate is crazy to me.
That was something I was gonna bring up later, Vexus, with getting the pain out of the kids, because even though he saved like 500 people, it was the being able to manipulate like the pain and stuff out of him.
Immediately, yeah, like that was crazy.
I have a lot more to cook on that as well once we get there, but take us away. What's next, Cody?
So as like I said, I'm the biggest Eva simp, so I'm gonna simp for Eva Chan. Eva Chan not dying to Big Mom or not being afraid in that moment, and telling Kuma, if you munch on that right now and save a single person off this island alive, we can call this a victory over them. And saying that with a giant smile,
so good.
I love it. Eva Chan the GOAT. So Kuma actually coming face to face with Saturn has me thinking, well, the only time we ever do flashbacks like this for certain characters and like it's setting up too much. Saturn's already murked one guy. I don't see Kuma making it out of this arc alive. I'm sorry to say it. And it breaks my heart because I think
it's gonna come full circle. I think he'll stare down Saturn again, and this time Saturn will win. Because we don't know. What I find interesting is why did Saturn go after him the minute he ate the pawpaw fruit, and then brought up the Buccaneers as well? Something has to be connecting the Buccaneers with the pawpaw fruit. Like, something has to be. Me and Didden Cushy are right. That's just what I'm getting at. Like, it has to be there. I'm sad we didn't get to see more of the interactions of...
That's my thing, is like being stared down by Saint J. Garcia Saturn is absolutely crazy, because we see this dude just can implode people's faces on sight. Like, Kuma is built so different. Like, to be like an 8-year-old, and then him questioning, like, oh, so you're someone important? Like, bro, I lost my shit. Like, that was such a great moment for Kuma.
Oh my
like,
God.
His
That's what I said, man. That last bit.
Yeah, his backstory is probably my. This might be blasphemy, but it's at least in my top 3. It might be my top 1.
It's my top 2 right now. Underneath Robbins.
I know this is going to be a very heated debate here, possibly, but I do in fact put it over Odin. I'm sorry, Cody.
So do I. I'm sorry, Cody.
It's a little wild. I mean, it's like we forget that the first time we ever got to meet Roger. That's kind of crazy to me. That's a little wild.
I respect Odin's flashback. It is so highly rated for me.
Oh,
it's
not
so highly rated for me. But Kuma is it's not even just
yeah,
Kuma.
No, you like a bear. It's okay.
No. You gotta hear me out. You gotta hear me out. It's just Oda, like Egghead Oda, is just cooking on a whole nother level. It's nothing against Wano. It's nothing against Odin. It's just Oda is
Egghead as a whole, man.
Crazy. Yeah, like right now he's going nuts.
He's going nuts. I said that in DC earlier that it's gone off like 10 times harder than it ever has since we got the Egghead.
Okay.
You like a bear?
You like a bear?
Bro.
Yeah, you like bears. It's okay. A little weird, but I mean, bears over Roger. Bears over
the bears.
The bulls. It was a bear and a bull. Like,
it's okay. It's whatever.
Chicago getting a lot of representation.
It's not Chicago, when you're getting bull. Have you, as Hela Klein would ask, have you ever been to black.com?
What?
Talk about bulls in this chat. Bears.
My goodness.
Cody.
But no, yeah, and then once we get to the church that Kuma apparently, I don't know.
No. Before that, sorry, Vexus, you missed it. The Kingdom of the Sorbet, South Blue. Kuma got them to the South Blue, and it's finally the reveal of the Sorbet Kingdom. That's huge. So that's
that's what's crazy, is that if God Valley were in the West Blue, and he booped them to the South Blue, that means that he went straight over the red line, which we saw that he wasn't able to do. Maybe it's just because he's already banged up or something, but in recent current events, he was not able to boop himself over
Mhm.
the red. But maybe like I don't know. That's like the biggest hole in the whole God Valley is Thriller Bark, deal, in my opinion.
And then Ivankov going off about how they only reported about Garp's userism. This Morgan's is nothing but a hack. He prints what the world's top brass wants. Morgan's has been around since God Valley.
Well,
Holy
we have an
shit.
age for him. So like based off of his age, and then you subtract 38, this dude's like 15 or something. He is like in puberty right now, and he's influencing the world like this. And so is Ginny, like on that same scale, like because of what she did. But like that, it's bonkers to think about that Morgan's is. So is Morgan's a clone? Like, was there like a previous like Kingpin Morgan's, and then they like?
I'm gonna be honest though.
I don't know.
I hate the clone theories, man.
I
hate
know,
all
I
the clone theories.
know, but how else does it make sense that like a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old are influencing the world on a global scale right now? Well, not right now, but 38 years ago.
It's their wills, man. It's those wills.
Wow, I
don't
can't
know, it's
believe everyone
crazy.
getting me upset. I'm not even upset. I just pity you all for not being able to understand Odin. It's crazy.
We love
Listen, I
Odin,
love
Cody.
Odin. I love Odin, Cody. It's
Obviously,
nothing. It's
no,
nothing
man.
away from Odin. It's just giving Oda his flowers because he's killing it right now.
And he was
He
killing it with Odin, and he was killing it with writing the first time of us seeing Roger, and the first time seeing that Roger and Luffy's dream are the first, like, same thing. Oh, man. I don't know, man. You're just wild into me. A little wild. This is a little
Well, that's
wild
a
that
good
the arc
idea,
hasn't
Kev.
even ended yet,
Maybe-
and it could be completely flop, too, with this flashback.
Kev, maybe they passed down the devil fruit too. He said that he thinks that Big News Morgan could be like a title that's passed down from person to person. Maybe it's like when they know how to get the devil fruit and they can transfer
I don't
that as
know.
well.
I mean, I like
It'd be
it's
cool,
definitely
though.
a possibility, but my thing is like this man came on the panel and was like, oh, news, like he embodies like it's I feel like it might like I don't want it to take anything away from him as a character because we still only have so little from him as a character.
In Brook and Dragon and Buggy, like those are the four. It's like, why do we have so little?
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, Kuma specifically sent them not just to sorbet, but to a church, which is crazy because he's the guy who's praying to Nika like his whole life and stuff like that. So I think it's really interesting that he specifically was sent them to a church. And like I don't know if he's ever been to sorbet before. So like is it tied to Will where he boops you? Because when he asked Perona, he's like, where would you like to go?
He was born in Sorbet. Like he would have known that as like that's where he came from. His dad and mom probably would have told him that. But I do think it's wild that he went to a church. I think that Saturn saying that when he was like just like my hero Nika, and Saturn straight up was like, that's why you're kind, that must be eradicated. I was like, okay, yeah, they're definitely the first worshippers of Nika or something like that. Like they had to have like deep ties to not just Joy Boy but Nika as well. But yeah, the Sorbet Kingdom thing is wild. The fact he got over the Grand Line, wild. The fact that he took them to a specific church like that and was praying to Nika, wild. Oda has just been cooking. Yeah, Vexus, if you don't know, Dastard is Gilly from Group 1. That is our main man, Ornata.
My guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's one of my closest Nakama on here. Love
He's
you,
giving
Dan.
you a run for your money right now, Lucas. As far as my best friend, but yeah, there's still a little bit more spice, like from the chapter, like specifically if we're on Sorbet now, those kids throwing rocks and shit like that, like yo, those kids are Bonnie's crewmates now.
Yeah,
that's wild. So like,
that is wild, dude.
I mean,
wild.
How does it make sense that like this is gonna get weird, guys? Sorry, but like, how does it make sense that these two people they look like they're about Kuma's age, like 8 or like like around there maybe, or like younger? I don't know, because he's massive. It's hard to scale it. But like and Ginny's like pick on someone your own size. She's supposed to be 4 years older than him based off information we got in the chapter. So she's like what, like 12 or 13. So these kids who are like younger than that probably, but 38 years down the line are hanging out with Bonnie, who we've heard multiple people now calling her a little girl. This is crazy, bro.
I don't think she's gonna turn out to be a child, but it is weird how many people have called her a little girl. It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
I think
And
she
the fact
is.
that
I
he won't
legitimately
her
think
age
that
either.
Guinea is Bonnie.
Really?
Like, how else does it make sense that like those two crew members, like if those were people that they saved and stuff, like I don't know, like it's. But it was crazy seeing I don't know, like my mind
No,
isn't all
because
the way
we
settled
saw
on it yet.
baby Bonnie. We saw baby Bonnie.
Yeah, but I mean, she has an age fruit. That doesn't mean
That is
that doesn't
true.
mean
That is
anything,
true.
right? Like, and like even in the Viva cards, whenever Oda gave us Bonnie's age and he put a question mark there, it's like, did he put a question mark there because he doesn't want us to know, or did he put a question mark there because she herself does not know?
That could be it.
Yeah,
Maybe it
so
is
I don't know,
Jenny
like.
and she has amnesia or some shit.
Yeah, and like to shout out to Den Den, I don't think that like there's like a whole Big Mom thing going on, but there are parallels
Neither do I.
obviously, and Big Mom
Yeah.
had amnesia in Wano. It wouldn't be the first
Ooh.
time that we saw someone with pink hair and like little doll lipstick on their face getting amnesia, and I think that would be interesting if Ginny is still alive today, and like she embodies too much about each of the satellites. It blows my mind like that this 12-year-old is a pro wiretapper. Like what is going
Yeah.
on there? Like
That it's there's I think that she's the tie from Kuma to Vegapunk for sure. Like maybe she was Vegapunk's apprentice or something of that effect. Where does Cody keep going? We keep losing Cody.
I don't have anything of value to add here, so I'm just letting y'all cook, and everyone's loving it in
Oh.
chat, so I'm not gonna break it up.
nah,
Sorry.
Bonnie is your girl. I need to hear like how you feel about the
Yeah,
I'm
what are you
dropping One
thinking?
Piece if
potential.
she's a kid. Everyone knows this. Like, I'm literally
That's
dropping.
He
not what
keeps
I'm
saying that.
insinuating
No,
though.
like
What I'm saying is
that's
that she's
it.
over.
No.
But
Oda's an absolute fucking creep for drawing Rebecca the way she is for being 16 years old. Oda has a definite problem with having Pudding be
Cody.
16 and kissing Sanji. And if he makes Bonnie a child, it's the last straw that broke the camel's back because I've been riding the Bonnie train for far too long and I'm dropping One Piece. Mic
Okay, but
drop.
that's not
That's
what I'm
fair.
insinuating at all. I'm insinuating that she's over 38 years old because she would be 50 years old, 51 years
Yeah.
old because of what I was saying. Like, how do you feel
Yeah,
about
like that Ginny got amnesia and became Bonnie because of a devil fruit, basically.
I'd slam Correja. What do you think my view is? Like,
He said yes. He said yes, please.
especially if Jamie Lee Curtis is playing her. Fuck yeah. I don't give a fuck. What do you
Dude, I'm
mean?
so excited for that.
Do you guys see the Randy Troy announcement for like
Yeah, he's
for season 2?
the writer. Yeah, for
That is
season 2.
insane, bro. Like, oh, that is
Literally,
crazy.
the 2 or 3 days before he announced that's when I hit him up for the News Coup interview. He still hasn't responded to me yet, but like,
Vegapunk is, I think
nobody.
he's the same age as Big Mom post time skip, so he's like 68-ish or 69. Nice, but so that means like 38 years ago he'd be about 30, which is the numbers don't add. Like I was thinking the entire time, like is Guinea Vegapunk, but because I see so much of the satellites her. She looks exactly like Atlas. She speaks like Edison and Pythagoras, and she like I don't. She eats like York, and then obviously
Dude.
Lilith and Shaka are the good and the evil, which are all like inside of all of us. But she embodies every single one of the satellites in the like 12 panels we've gotten of her. But the timelines don't match up, so it's
Oh
like
my god. And she's friends with Ivankov.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Be a
Like
problem.
that's the whole
Yeah,
thing I
like,
was thinking the
oh my
entire time
god.
before I went on the wiki and did the math. I was like, oh my god, this chick is Vegapunk, but the numbers don't add up, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But we also didn't get a hard age from her. She said, I'm 4 years your elder. But like, if you could change your age, if you could change your fate, no, sorry, if you could change your age, then like you could be 4 years older than anybody you wanted. If you pick and chose. Like, and she said, like, when were you made a slave? He was like, when I was 4, and she's like, me too. What if that was like a lot longer ago? like, I don't know.
She's just manipulating the situation. That'd be wild, man.
But everybody's saying that she has to die, and I'm just like, no, like, dude, what if she's still actually around? Like, I don't know, it's crazy. Shout out to Tosmore in the chat. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much. Yes, like D stream.
Yes, like D stream. Overall thoughts on it though, Cody? Overall thoughts on the whole chapter?
Well, 10 out of 10. It's probably my chapter of the year. I think I might like it more than I like 1043 or I like chapter 1000 or what was the one that was Rizo was alive? 872.
Uh,
It's up there.
So good.
Like there's so many like this moment in One Piece is not understated like how much I loved it. But like I can't take you just I'm pitied that like I hear the Wano disrespect already and I'm like, yeah, I knew it was gonna happen as
It's
soon as
not
it ended in the
disrespect.
anime. Dude,
It's
the arc
not
Egghead hasn't even
disrespect.
ended yet, and you're like, oh my god, it's peak. Like, come on, man. I knew, oh, man, I knew this was gonna happen. I was like, Egghead's my favorite arc. I'm the one guy who has to. I gotta do it. I love the.
dude,
I mean,
Wano's
but-
my favorite current arc right now. Like, it's my favorite arc. Like, Egghead's coming up on it, but it's still my favorite arc.
Egghead's in my
So
top
Wano-
three, no doubt.
Wano is in my top 5. Egghead, I will not place until it is finished because I don't want people to say that, like it's like recency bias or anything like that. And I want to
Yeah.
get the whole story and things like that. But like,
I want
Wano is in my top 5.
I also want to
It's
have a
just
solid
that-
read through of the whole arc as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've reread
exactly.
it about 3 times now, and it's
Same.
every time I reread it, it's so much better. It's
Yeah,
got
like-
so much rereadability. It's insane, man. You're gonna
no
love rereading it as a whole.
No disrespect for Wano at all. All I'm saying is that, and I can't judge Egghead as a whole. I'm just saying Egghead Oda, the man himself, is on a completely different level than what I have ever seen before. And that's not just throwing shade on Wano. It's not throwing shade on anything. It's just saying that this is on a whole nother level than anything I've seen in One Piece before.
It kind of reminds me of the same like level of Water 7 in Indy's Lobby. What were you gonna say though, Cody? Sorry.
Like Oda's just finally like letting the bag out on like decades of theories. And like I said, this next chapter, 1097, depending on if I don't want to. Oh man, am I gonna say it? If Kuma doesn't sleep, I'm gonna fucking nut. If Kuma doesn't sleep, you guys know what that means. If Kuma
Means
doesn't
he's related to
sleep,
Blackbeard.
I called that. I'm gonna.
He's gonna lose it.
This is like, I don't believe that this is happening, and I'm just like, man, if it does, yeah, Egghead will probably be my favorite arc ever because it'll be the first One Piece theory I called in like over a year. It'd be the biggest fucking dub I'll ever take in my life. Like,
Dude, I called Kuma's race literally like a few days before the chapter dropped, before we ever got spoilers or anything. I was like, he's either half human, half I said Lunarian first, then I was like, or human, half giant, and someone was like, yeah, and then boom, Kuma's race, human, half giant, win.
W. So
I do
yeah,
agree,
the
Dan.
chapter ending out was seeing Kuma have the demonstration over his devil fruit. Ivankov splitting off from there and not forming the freedom fighters right then and there with Akuma was very interesting to me because I want to know when they meet back up in life and if that's with Dragon or not. Did Ivankov meet Dragon first? Crazy to me.
I liked getting because when we got Kuma's like SBS art for when he was a kid and he had like logs on his back, we finally got like that like contextualized, and I thought that was so sweet. Like Oda didn't have to go out of his way to like go that hard for like that. It was a nice like cherry on top.
I say you, Dan. I think the weekly for Egghead is peak, but like it hasn't been mentioned in a very long time. Wano as a whole is something special. I agree with that entirely because Wano is literally the first time I've read One Piece and I said, I need to own the physical copies of this. I literally own all of Wano as it's coming out here, like up on my bookshelf. All right, like
Wano was the first. That was my catch-up arc, man. That's why I love it so much. It's the arc I caught up in.
Same. Like I was not. I used to hate on One Piece when I was a much younger and less wise individual, and now I know the error of my previous ways. But I caught up. I caught up to. I caught up to the anime right as part 2 of Wano was finishing, and then I binged through the manga, and the first current manga release I ever read was 1044.
That's amazing.
Literally,
my first
like
current, I think was 1049 or 1050.
Yeah, like literally 8 hours before the TCBs dropped, like the scans dropped for 1044, I just caught up. So I was this close to getting it spoiled, like everything
Dude, I
spoiled
caught
to
up.
me.
Literally, like one of the last few panels of the chapter I caught up on was the winner, Straw Hat Luffy. It was like him finishing the fight with Kaido, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my
And
god,
then I had to wait.
wish.
And then I had to wait. And then I had to wait, dude. And I was so upset. And
You
literally,
didn't have
like,
the
I think it was
month of resin theories? Oh my god.
No,
no.
so that's what
the
made
month
me
straight.
catch up because I knew something was a brewing, and I was just like, I'm staying off the internet until I'm caught up, and I just binged it. Like,
Yeah,
Oh.
I caught up, and I think it was like 2 chapters after that was the whole Momonosuke thing. Remember that, where he was about to show Momonosuke, and then we went on a month break.
bro, that month
That was
break killed me.
Greenville.
I just got current, bro. I
Same,
just got
dude,
current.
dude, yes. Like it was insane. But that's why I hold Wano in such high regards, is because reading it all at once like that was because I stopped watching One Piece, the anime, after Whole Cake Island. I'm like 4 years older than you, Cody. I think Vex is as well.
Okay, I'm a
Yeah, like-
veteran. I'm a veteran One Piece fan.
Yeah,
I guess I'll say
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm honestly I'm in awe at how you have kept up with like stuff since because you said you caught up pre-time skip, so like you went through week to week Marineford, right?
Yes, that's one of the things a
Oh
lot
my
of people
God.
like to bring up is I remember talking with my friends and being like, listen, Luffy's already lost like his crew and everything. He's gonna either get Ace back or we're gonna get Whitebeard training him, and that shit's gonna be so peak because it's gonna train him to beat fucking Shanks alongside like wanting Luffy to take Ace's place as Pirate King, and I was so gassed. And us losing them both and having Blackbeard showed up is also what like cemented like Blackbeard being like a top tier fucking villain to me. Like I, I was oh my god, reading that week to week. Hello hand. But yeah, I I just yeah. Um
That was my wife.
I was
I mean,
My wife.
My wife.
But
what was it like reading weekly fucking Saba post like
return to
Saba or
somebody.
return to Saba? Thank you so much.
After
It's getting
waiting
late,
for
y'all.
a freaking month, that was like the craziest buildup I've ever had in my life. I remember like binging through other manga, being like, I need to fill this void. I need to fill this void. I need
Bro,
to fill this void. And finally,
if I
coming
was
back, you go.
I'm sorry, if I was week to week whenever the chapter dropped where Jinbei stood on the beaches of Amazon Lily and asked Luffy what he did, I probably would that would have literally made me cry. Like I was bro, I don't know. It's still one of my favorite moments in all of One Piece, and
Agreed.
oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. Like the experience week to week has been so different from when I was binging it. The emotions are just so much more there. I have more time to cook on it and things like. I probably would have wept. That would have been what broke the curse, because I'm a monster, I guess. But I think that would have done it if I were caught up back then. So I
I
really
feel like
envy
you're
you
gonna
on
cry
that.
Kuma's death. If Kuma dies, I think you're gonna cry, Vex. I'm not gonna lie.
If I do, I'll record it.
Right.
But
Yes, thank you.
but I'm so envious of you on that front, Cody, because I watched One Piece like during Alabasta airing on like Toonami and stuff like that, and I was like, what is this trash? Like,
Yes, same. Southern.
it was because it was
Robin.
the 4Kids dub.
Yeah, Southern Robin. Always been.
And
But,
you
like,
could
I
not
like
pay
the
me to
One
read.
Piece dub. Like I said, like I couldn't get enough of it. There's something about anime that just drew me to it. That like I'm just so fascinated with animation and the way that they were doing things and the way they had storytelling. I'll never be able to explain my One Piece to anyone else except One Piece fans because y'all just get it. But like for me, from a young age, seeing you all get to experience it as adults, the childlike wonder and the same things that like I was seeing as a kid and being like, y'all are getting it, and it makes me feel like I'm just a proud dad almost. Like
I'm proud of. Dude, that's how I feel when Frista Ditz like starts spitting theories. I like starts spitting his takes and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, my boy's Nakama. My boy is doing it.
No, I remember I bought. Oh man, I have this volume 57. Like I said, it's literally one of the manga that I bought because I caught up in One Piece and I had to own it. It starts out with literally 552 Ace and Whitebeard, and it's the beginning of the Paramount War. where Whitebeard just shows up.
Ooh.
Or no, is it when
Dude,
Luffy shows up?
I was going to say, that scene where Luffy stands next to Whitebeard, he's like, oh, I know what you're trying to do. You're after the One Piece. Well, I'm going to be king. Like, oh my god, dude. And everyone's freaking out. He just said that to Whitebeard? He just stands his ground. I love it so
So
much.
it's Whitebeard who first shows up. And I'll never forget.
And then Luffy falls from the sky.
I'll never forget how awkward I felt because it was the first manga I went to go buy. And I don't know if you guys have ever looked, but Oda has these really cool double-page spreads, and there's Nami and Robin and all of them eating ice cream. It's also on the back, in color. And as nice as that is, me being a 12-year-old being like, can I buy this? Like, I was like, dude, I'm about to have Nami boob in my room. Let's go. Like,
let's go. Let's go, bro. I don't want to see
like,
some of the pages of that.
Oh my God, yeah, no. I was 12. Oh no, they're all fine. Like, I kept this shit pristine. Condition. I wanted.
They might be a little. The pages might be a little stuck together.
They're not. No, look, there's Strong World for you. The coloring page. Texas.
Oh man.
Sorry, like, you can't handle how old I am. Like, how fucking cool this shit is.
But we're both older than you.
I know, right? Do you guys, would you be cool with wrapping up about now?
Yeah, we just hit the 2-hour mark. So many goats in the chat, and my dog is again doing the pee dance, like yesterday when I had to get off stream. So absolutely.
Let's do
take it away
plug everything. Please go to the Last Arc Discord. Shout out to all the goats in chat: Dastard Dan, Fexus, WaterX, Joe R, 3-Day the goat. Den Cushy, thank you, Lucas, for helping me put this together. I literally, this is a dream come true, and I can't wait for next week when we come back.
Yeah, I got to tell this story real quick because I hit up Cody. Literally, this is one of the first times I've ever even hit up Cody. We had not even talked at all, and I was just like, bro, this is gonna sound weird, but we should start a podcast because me and him had such like similar tastes, the way we talked, like our humor and everything. And I was like, dude, we would vibe on a podcast. And it took me a few months, but I told you, man, I was like, we're gonna do it.
There are no sticky pages. What the fuck are these allegations? My manga is clean. If there's nothing else, here's some shit. Rule 34 has existed a long time. I've used a computer screen longer than y'all fuckers could click on your goddamn keyboards. Grow up. Getting shit on my manga? You guys are degenerates. Not my manga. My computer screen? I gotta keep Clorox wipes. Grow up. Oh my god, these allegations are not standing. I do not fucking do that.
Wild. Absolutely wild.
Thank you very much to Vex for joining us for this inaugural episode of Chadmirals. We will be back next Thursday at 8
Admiral
p.m.
Vex of the Chadmirals.
Yes, Rear Chadmiral Vex.
Reporting for booty. But no, it's been an absolute treat. Thank you so much for having me. I've been loving the chat. You guys are all so goated. Make sure you like the stream. I also wanted to shout out to cousins of the TLA live channel, OPU, who are streaming right now over on Preach's channel. I'm about to throw that in the chat as well. When you guys are done here, there's much more recent chapter spice to be found over there. So follow the link on that. Also, click on my link for my channel as well if you want some One Piece D&D stuff. There's that, you know.
Also, if anyone in the chat, if you join the Last Arc Discord, I'm going to start pulling guests from the Discord. We have a whole list and compendium of people in the Discord already that we're going to be pulling on here. So, it pays to interact with us is what I'm saying, y'all. Pays. It doesn't actually pay money. It's just getting to come on and talk anime with us.
It's just exposure, yeah. But the Discord has been popping off. We've got like so many new members, like over 30 new members in the past couple of weeks. We love all of you, and yeah, the theory section is cooking daily. It's a lot. So get in there for a lot more spice. I threw all the links I could in the chat. Click on all those. You're all beautiful people. And
yes, please go follow me on TikTok if you guys like these takes from Cody. Cody's takes are the best takes. We love Cody's takes, and we're gonna say bye on going to Cody's TikToks for wonderful TikTok takes. Takes on TikTok, takes.
Takes on TikTok.
How many times can I say bo 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 bo?